Hi, you are currently being recorded.
Let's start this thing.
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to start Maki Ushiroyama.
Close enough.
Okay.
Yes.
Welcome to the Pivotable Podcast.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. I think we've been friends for a long time.
Yes.
And I think you have contributed a lot of things to the industry that people, we're going to talk about it, but people can recognize. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on, because I really feel like you're one of the guys in the shadows, and you're probably fine with being there, but you have contributed so much to the sport of motocross in the last 30 some years that I think people need to just recognize that and go, oh, that's the guy that did that. Oh, that's the guy that did that, you know? So if you're a Troy Lee fan, you've come to the right place, because this guy's fingerprints are all over Troy Lee stuff for the last 32, 33 years.
Something like that. Yeah, close to 30 plus years.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know you worked for Troy for 32 years, right? And then you broke off on your own and kind of doing what you're doing now, but we'll get to that. We'll talk about that.
Nice.
But
Okay.
so there's a couple of things I just wrote down here. When I asked you, like, hey, what do you do? You said graphic and technical apparel designer for team motorsports equipment. So that's kind of what Maki's kind of forte is. But
that's a long title, though.
Yeah,
you know?
but I wouldn't say it's a title. It's kind of some of the things that you do. Yeah,
you know, interpretation of what I do.
Yeah,
but it's a lot.
Is this close enough? Are we okay?
Yeah, so a lot of time is like, what do you do? Oh, I'm a designer. Oh, what kind? Oh, I'm a graphic designer.
Yeah.
What kind of graphic design you do, right?
Graphic?
Yeah. Yeah, graphic. Oh, so you do the advertising? No, not quite. You know, like, oh, so you do the t-shirts graphic? Yeah, I do t-shirts graphic. And so when I explained all those things, it's like, man, I need some kind of a title.
Yeah.
So people will understand what I do. You know? And sometimes it's like I say, oh, I do motor gear design, you know. Well, what is a motor gear design, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I say, do you know motocross? I say, oh, yeah, I know motocross. And yeah, I do a lot of graphic for motocross, you know. Is that it? Yeah, that's too. But, you know, it's like we have a race segment of it, and there's so many extras. So I just decided that, you know what, I'll do anything's motorcycle equipment. Graphic for motorcycle equipment.
Yeah.
Easy as that, you know. And people kind of tend to understand. I'm working on it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Just don't do boring is not in your forte. Everything you do is very exciting. Everything that I've seen you do is if it's not loud and in your face, it's doing it in a subtle way, right? Like so it's very distinctive, your style.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to break the foundation of it. You know, I already have a shape of it, and I'm just putting the graphic. I just put another soul into it. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things actually I wrote down here is design with soul.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like your little motto is like.
It is, still is. Yeah, I just anything I do for anybody or anything, you know, is just did I put a soul into it? You know, it's just it has a mean for me, but it has to mean to somebody too. When you see that designs, it has to resonate something, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just that's like a design with a soul, you know. That's what I do.
Well, I when I think of you, that's what it is. Like there's so much of your passion and soul within your design elements and how you do things. And even I've worked with you in the last couple of years here with Yoshimura, but just the way you go about doing it and the way your thought process, it's very methodical and thought out. So it's kind of neat to see you behind the scenes too, do your thing, not just come out with a finished product, right?
Yeah.
So, so you were born and raised in Japan, and then you moved to the U.S. in 1990, right? Is that right?
1990, 1990, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
and then you went to school in Japan, right, for design, or?
So, like you said, born and raised in Japan, all the way to end of high school.
Okay.
And then I decided to not go to college in Japan, and let's go to USA, see what's going on. So.
Okay.
And I was supposed to just go home after maybe 2 years and graduated schools and years. But I just happened to had a job in TLD and Troy Designs, and after that became history. So so it just I am still Japanese, but I'm here.
Can't take that out. Can't take the country out.
Oh well, yeah. It's just it's a heritage thing, part of it. It's just still with me, But I've been here for 35 years, 36 years, something like that.
Would you say you're Americanized now?
I don't know. You gotta ask somebody else.
Yeah, because when I think of my boss Yusaku, he's Americanized.
Is it?
He's got a ton of Japanese, obviously. Same thing with you, born and raised there.
Yeah.
But he's very Americanized now. Like when he says he goes back to Japan, it's very different for him, right? It's not like he goes back every year. But yeah, he says when he goes back to Japan, his friends call him Cheeseburger.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you're American now.
Yeah, I guess so. If you tell me so.
Do you go back to Japan often or no? Or
once a year?
Okay.
Every 2 years used to be, but it's became once a year. I just want to make sure go there, see the culture again. My home countries. And every time I've been in Japan, it's just like, this is my country,
Yeah. Does it feel still like home to you?
It does, for sure. Even though because of my job, what I do is I go to different countries, a lot of Asia for the factories, and because I had to do all the factory things. So I go to Japan, transit it, and go to China or Vietnam or Thailand or whatever. Even though I'm in transit time with the 20 minutes in Japan, I feel home. Wow. And I know I'm relaxed. Even though those are 20 minutes, I feel like I'm home.
Yeah.
The funny part is, if I stay in Japan more than 2 weeks, I going crazy. It's just, I want to go home. And what do you mean to go home? Am I going back to U.S. and they consider as a home? So it's a very funny feeling.
Yeah, I feel the same. So I grew up in Florida, but I feel that same feeling. It's like I can't wait to go visit my mom and go to Florida and see all the things I grew up around. And then I get there, I'm like, okay, it's cool. I'm going to need to go home now.
Yeah.
It's not the same, right? Things change.
No, it's not. It's not. But it's my country that I love still. Yeah. And I still call it home. But USA has become home as well, too. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got you a gift.
You do?
Everybody gets a gift.
Oh, really?
That comes on the pod. Don't get excited.
Oh.
We didn't spend millions of dollars.
Hey, gift is good.
So, since you are such a fan of Yoshimura, this is these things are unobtainable. Like we used to give these out to a program we used to train dealers about our brand, and you got them free. Well, since we stopped it, people want to buy them, and you can't buy these. You can't buy them. The only people that got these, besides the people that got trained, this is probably maybe 12 years ago, or are athletes. So your name is laser etched in history on.
For real?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So now you're officially Team Yoshimura.
Wow. So
all those years you designed stuff for Pro Circuit, just forget about that. Just kidding.
I had a good time with the Pro Circuit.
I know you did.
Yeah.
You
One
did
day
a great job. We'll talk about that.
I'll share the stories, But so if I remove this part, so this is the real part.
That's a real end cap made out of carbon. Everything's made here in the shop. So,
what bike is this?
That's actually an RS4D, a dual, which actually we've discontinued, but it works great for a pen holder.
It does.
Yeah, so that's what it is. It's a pen holder.
I was gonna say, this
or
is
your Sharpies or your X-Acto.
Can I use it for the pen holders? And I was gonna say, it's like.
And actually, what's cool is I'll show you. Let me see it. What if you put it on your desk, you can actually bend this thing forward, and you could put your phone here. But it's meant for business cards. We'll put it here so everybody can see that you are part of Team Yoshimura now.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hey, Justin, we need some pens or X-Acto knives to show them how it works. That's our guy, Justin, behind the scenes. He's the guy that makes us look good and sound good.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get to, so you're born and raised in Japan. You actually did some moto, right? Here we go. Look at you got an old school X-Acto from when you used to
number 2 pen.
And then
hey, you have to flip it. You don't want to ruin the
Oh, that's true. See,
lead part.
I'm not a designer.
Yes,
I'm a ruiner.
I know. but it's a number 2 pencil. It's very important.
Okay.
I still use it.
Do you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely. Yes.
So you born and raised in Japan. You did some moto, right? Did you race some or ride some in Japan?
So let me talk about a little more moto side of it's just motocross. I started high school, but my love for motorcycles go way back in my middle schools. When I was 14 or 15, yeah, I think it was 15. Because of my brother loved motorcycles, he was buying all the motorcycle magazines. So I'm just a brother, right? Little brother, so sneak it up to his room and take it into his magazines. Oh, wow, motorcycles is cool, you know?
How old was your brother? Older?
So 2 years older than I am. And he really loved the motorcycles, and he wanted to ride a motorcycle. But I think his passion of motorcycle kind of fade away. But for me, it's like looking at the motorcycle magazines. I know I'm going to ride a motorcycle one day. And then there's an article about the racing. So it's just, I'm started reading a lot of racing things. And then when I saw the racing, it's like, wow, this is such a cool. So before I even ride a motorcycle, I already know a lot of racing team. And then it's a lot of riders' names. But I didn't know a whole lot of motocross side. I know a lot of road racing side. And then that's how I found the Yoshimura too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew Yoshimura racing. I know Pop Yoshimura already. And then I decided, you know what? I want to go watch the race. So my first experience in the motorcycle racing is Suzuka 8 hours.
That's your that's your very first experience.
Very first experience.
Wow.
So I was 14, 15 years old. So I asked my buddies, a couple of buddies in the same school, hey, you want to go to Suzuka 8 hours? You know, and then we could do camping. And I said, yeah, that's rad, you know. So we just gathered around, we bought a ticket ourselves, and then from home.
And now, so if you were like, in 14 years old or 15.
So that's in 1985 or 86-ish.
So how far from where you live to Suzuka was it?
Ooh, it's a half-day trip.
Really?
So I had to take no, not half day. It's a 1-day trip.
Oh wow!
So
because you lived on an island
yes, I had to take a ferry to this in Osaka, and the Osaka to train and to go to Suzuka. So it is a day and a half travel time.
Wow!
Yeah,
you were committed early.
Committed. So that's a 15 years old kid went to the Suzuka 8 hours, right?
Yeah. For those of you guys that don't know, Suzuka 8 Hour is an iconic road race that started back in 1964. Ironically, that the Yoshimura team won that race of that day. So the very first time they had, I think the circuit opened up in 1963, and then they had the endurance race in 64. Yep. And they've done it every year since. But you were probably mid 80s when you went to that. That was a
85, 86,
insane time for the Yoshimura look. I don't know if the GSX Arcade came out in 86, but they're probably riding GSs then. That iconic.
When I was there, was a GSXR already.
Okay, yes. So that was much in 86.
Yes, and then Pop was still in the director of the team, so he was in the pits. He was,
cool.
iconic the stopwatch. Right?
Yeah,
stopwatch. He was there. So when I went there, I knew I had to get in the pits. So I was begging to my friends, like, hey, you know what? We're already here. I know watching race, because Suzuka is such a big track, so it's just moving around the corner to corner. It'll take a days. But my heart is already telling me I had to be in the pits. I had to see what's going on, the mechanics and all the riders is going on. So I asked all my friends, like, hey, could you just, can I just go buy the ticket? And so my buddies even, you know what, that's a great idea. Let's buy the ticket. So that was the kind of my first experience in not only the pits, all the racing circuit,
the noise, the smell, the gas fumes,
and then middle of the races, got a little bit tired, so we had to take a break a little bit. And Suzuka has a swimming pool, so we could just go jump into.
Usually Suzuka is the middle of summer in Japan, and it's like a jungle hot, right? Like
hot
super humid.
Yes. So that's my first racing moto race experience, right? So that's my mid school, what's it called? Middle school, high school, what's called junior high.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get in high school, I really want to get a motorcycle license. But it's in Japan, you cannot get a license in high school. You get banned from school if you just find
Really?
out. Yes. So my mom kind of like, I know you're going to sneak into it and just this, and that you're going to get a license. So I cannot let you do that. But why don't you start a motocross?
Okay.
I was like, I didn't thought about that,
Yeah.
And it happened to be that my towns and a little bit outside of towns that had a motocross track. So it was my mom's friends and the mutual friends happened to be just ride motorcycle over there. And so that's how I started motocross. It wasn't racing or anything, but I'll just start riding at the track. And then
Does that track still exist now?
I believe they are still.
Okay.
But then I started kind of like, I want to do racing. So the guys was in the shop. I was go all the time, and he was racing as well too. So he just, hey, you want to go? So I started racing a little bit too. So it was a novice class and to go to intermediate, but I didn't pass that area.
Uh-huh.
I'm always in a kind of novice, but high school, 3 years, I just was able to ride. A lot of fun in motocross.
So so you're in high school doing this. Are you buying gear? Does gear matter? Are you riding in Levi jeans? Or like,
No. I was already buying the motor gears. So
Yeah.
my first gear is Axo gear.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah. So
Well, I was like, did you buy Axo or GT? Because
Sinisala-
JT was on it right back then.
Finisalo, Axo, JT was very popular. But my hero was Rick Johnson. So I really wanted to buy the Fox. But I just happened to be my shop I go all the time was wearing the Axo. But Axo design was the super cool.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In 1985, 86. So I just didn't mind, So Axo was my first motocross gear.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you dabbled in motocross, you're racing and stuff. High school gets to be over, and you're like, I want to go to the USA. How did it like?
Yeah. So during this high school, Japan has you could choose what you wanted to be on the career side. So my high school was a design course, mechanical course, textile course. It's called it kind of like industrial things you could choose from. And then my course was design. But I was next to the mechanical side too, so I kind of wanted mechanics too because I do love the mechanic side. It's just tweaking all the gears and tweaking all the motorcycle side. But I think as a design course was made me like, I want to proceed this as a career. But I didn't know what kind of designer I'm gonna be.
Was there anybody around you that did design that you was like,
Nope.
hey, I want to be like this guy? So you just saw stuff and like, I want to do that.
So, and then I know motocross is hobby is one thing, and then I enjoy the racing. So I wanted to do something about the motorcycle industries, either whether I'm going to be designed for some motorcycle or design for some apparels or gears, but I didn't know what direction I should go. So I said, you know what, let's go design school and just figure it out in the career-wise. But I just failed the college test, and I was supposed to go to design school and college in Japan, but I failed.
And then you have to wait a year to retake it or something.
Yes, it is. So my mom, again, my mom was just like, hey, why don't you just go to U.S.?
Your mom's like, you're trying to get you out of the house.
I think so. More think about it. I think she wants to be alone. It's just, but now, more I think about it, that was the kind of what's called pivotal moment.
Yeah. Hey, that's why we call it.
That's a pivotal moment.
We talk about it so much on the podcast. It's like, what if you didn't come to the U.S. and do that? Where would you be? Right? It's that split decision of like, what if I didn't turn right there? Where would I be? It's always those things. It's crazy when you look back on your life. You're like these pivotal moments, right?
Yeah.
That you're just like, wow,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have met this person. I wouldn't have done that. And I wouldn't have, where would my trajectory be?
Yeah. So I came here in the U.S., went to design school, and then I just didn't know what's gonna be, after that. But it's just
And did you go? You went to school in San Diego?
San Diego.
Okay.
Yes. So, and in San Diego, when I was a student over there, I know I had to ride motorcycle.
Yeah.
And motocross was a lot easier to just get it right away. And then I just bought a used YZ 125. And then
Did you even speak English?
A little, yeah.
Enough to get by?
Enough to get by. I went to school, language school, before I go to design school. So, but it's when I get into the design schools, all the assignment, everything is, I just didn't know what it is, So there's no internet, there's no Google translators. And so I had to learn all those assignments and what exactly this paper said, Took
So
a
you
long
came
time.
to the U.S. all by yourself?
By myself.
No help. Get an apartment. You do all this all by yourself.
Pretty much, yeah.
Gosh, dude, that must have been an experience.
Yeah.
Like, where do you go?
But when you're young, it's such a fearless.
Yeah, you don't care. Everything's an
You don't
adventure.
care.
Yeah.
Just I always explain to the people, and then over the phone, like, I'm sorry, I'm a Japanese guy, came here. I don't speak very good English. Could you just speak very slow? And then most of the people, yeah, no problem. What's your name? So it's a lot of people is kind, and so be patient. Once in a while, just like they just don't care. They speak so just normal pace. I get trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
But when I get in design school, I have a great friend who's coming from a different country as well too. But it's mainly I have a roommate who's American, guys. It's just that I learned so much English from him. He's like a correct me, like if I say something wrong. Like, no, Maki, that's not how you say it. You have to say it this way.
Okay.
So I'm learning English at the same time. I'm just finishing all the school as well too.
So you in school you got an associate's degree, right? In
Associate
design.
degree, yes.
Okay.
Graphic design.
For 2 years you went to this school.
Yes.
So in 1992, big change in your life then, right?
So it's you have to rewind a little bit. 91, when I started motocrossing here in the U.S., I was a huge fan of Troy Lee Designs. When I was in high school, when I was riding motocross in Japan, Troy Lee Design, I already knew Troy Lee Designs through the magazine.
Yeah.
And,
Anybody that was rad had a Troy Lee painted helmet, right?
Yes. And he had a visor too, like replacement visors.
Yep.
And I gotta get these, So, and then when I was in San Diego, I had to visit Troy Lee Designs. So after school, I just visited Troy Lee Designs, and then Troy was there. And I introduced myself. Hi, my name is Maki.
Was he in the airport at that, or
No,
was he
was just moved.
Okay.
He just moved.
Okay.
Yes. And then he was there in the office, and then there's a lady in the front receptionist, and I kind of introduced myself. I'm a fan of Troy Lee Designs. I'm from Japan. Can I have meet the Troys? And then can I just say hi? And yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So, and Troy just said, hey, how are you? And I introduced myself, and I'm a design student. So you're an artist? Not quite artist, but I do love motocross. I do designing. Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, and we just talked maybe a couple minutes, right? And then Troy's like, yeah, you know what? So ask a lady to just have him and just have the tour, the round. So I was just walk around. And after I finished the tour, I asked Troy one more time, like, can I just get a job here?
Yeah, I'd love to sweep the floors.
Yeah. And I said, we're not hiring anybody, but, are you interested in helmet paints? Yeah, absolutely, So just coming over next week. And so, like, okay. So that's the kind of like introduction with Troy Lee Designs. And then when I heard of that, I thought this is going to be the interview, right? So next time I show up at Troy the following week, and I wear suits and tie, right? And I had a portfolio, but portfolios is just the design student work, right? But all the resumes and everything but Troy's like
Troy's in a t-shirt, like paint all over him.
Yeah. But before that, it was a choice like, you know what? If you come in next week, is just bring a mountain bike. We just go mountain bike ride, right?
Had you ridden mountain bikes?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
I have.
Okay.
So he's just like, but I really thought as this is the interview with a mountain bike or whatever it is,
Yeah.
So when I get there, the interviews like, oh, why are you wearing suits? Like, well, I thought this is the interview. No, we go mountain bike ride.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like Troy.
Yeah. So and everything went. It's after that. It's just it's like yeah. Let's just start with the helmet department. And then he just like show me that, okay, this is the masking team. You have to do this. And so good 6 months, I was prepping helmet.
Did he have, was he the only guy painting helmets or did he have
He already have 3 guys underneath him.
Got
it. And there is another prepper guy. And then I learned from him too how to prep it. But if I stayed in that divisions, I would have been just a custom paint guys, maybe, which is I didn't mind because the Troy Design at the time was a lot of custom paint helmet, and that's well known for Troy Design. So
okay,
yeah.
So I guess no better way to think about doing designs than on a big gigantic ball, right? I mean, that it's such an animal. If you have a piece of canvas that's called a helmet and trying to apply designs to it. So early on, you're prepping helmets, looking at these guys painting. You're probably used to 2D stuff like drawing on paper or whatever, but you're talking about putting something on a shape like a helmet. It's a totally different animal.
Yeah, it is. So helmet design, I did a good. So when I joined the TLD in '93 after graduating design school as a full-time designers.
Because you did some interning, right?
Intern, yes.
Prepping helmets.
Yes. But it's when I graduated at design school and when I joined the TLDs, I asked Troy, can I be a designer for Troy Designs? And he said, yeah, absolutely. So you don't want to do any more custom paint helmets? And no, I think I want to go design. And then he said, okay, no problem. So at the time of TLD was a lot of custom paint helmet. So
I mean, they didn't do gear.
Not yet.
They did custom painted helmets, visors.
Yeah, visors, a lot of stickers.
T-shirts.
T-shirts, stickers. But Troy was doing a lot of graphic design for the other company too, like ProCircuit is one thing. And then once in a while, there's just another corporation just ask Troy to design the graphic. Sometimes the trailer, sometimes the helicopters, sometimes the airplanes, and sometimes it's just a company's logo.
Race cars.
Yeah. So it's not only the helmet designs that I was doing. I'm already doing a lot of racing team equipment type of graphic. But that's a good first. I say when I joined the TLD as a full-time, so all the way to 5 or 6 years, I did a lot of graphic for helmet for sure.
But then you were doing. When did you did a lot of like 6 or 7 years of all the Pro Circuit stuff, right?
Yep.
Like the team, like the whole livery, the truck, the uniform, everything, right? So you were working probably back then with Thor and Axo. I think Ricky was on Axo.
Axo, yes. It was a Thor when I started working with. Yeah, he was end of Axo, and then they switched to Thor, I believe. Yeah.
But then when Ricky came on the team, he had an Axo deal.
He had an Axo deal.
His own thing.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
So you're working with these gear companies.
Yeah, my main job was to come up with a new graphic every year for Pro Circuit. But Mitch is always asking, hey, next year we're going to design the whole new trailers. So you want to do the graphic? He says, yeah, absolutely. So I did a graphic for trailers. But those are not every year, unless Mitch come up with a new sponsorship that we have to change the library. But those are every 3-4 years. But he has always like pictures, designs, T-shirts designs, letterhead for all the hats too, and so
jacket
too. So it's just that not only for the graphic for the bike, I do for the helmet too, because the helmet was still painted by Troy Lee Designs, and then Pro Circuit team is using a Bell helmets at the time, and then they switched to another the gear companies, and that became different helmets. And so every time they switch the gear company or helmet companies, it's, we'll just make sure it works with that guys. With the companies, and Troy Designs always painted helmets. So I was designing the helmet with the Troy together.
So through these 90 years, in the 90s there, you were working side by side with Troy a lot of the time, right? Because Troy's crazy with the ideas. Do you feel like you kind of like were kind of like the reins or the bumper rails for him a little bit? Because I think is left alone, Troy Lee could probably come up with some pretty wild and crazy stuff, which he has. Did you feel like that you were able to like calm him down a little bit and go, oh, what if we did this, Troy? Or
I think 90s was I was look up Troy so much, and he's my hero.
He can't do anything wrong.
So I kind of like every time he said, no, change this, change that, or he sometimes like just do this way. I try to execute what his visions are.
Okay.
But over time, I throw in my own kind of idea, like I tickle in a little bit here, there, and Troy's like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And then over time,
so he starts trusting you more and more.
Yeah, and then maybe a couple of years into it, like Troy's like, oh, okay, no, it's a new design, so you want to do it? I says, yeah. So I'm 100% kind of like it started with a sketch and a concept, but I still share with Troy the early stage of sketch. Middle stage, and then in the end it's like a little different, but it's just still Troy oversee everything what I do. And also at the same time I was kind of developing my own style, I should say. But Troy has always some wacky ideas that I would have never.
Well, he's an artist. That's what artists do, right?
And, talking about artists is the Troy's always call me as an artist. He never tell me, oh, Maki, you're designers, He's always tell me, oh, it's the artist. You're artist.
He knows.
But what's the difference between artists and designers? I didn't
Ask Troy. He knows.
When I was young, I couldn't tell the difference, But now I know. But still, I think Troy's kind of see me as an artist is kind of like it make me feel kind of, oh wow, I'm kind of important person. Yeah.
I think about like, Troy's a lot younger than you. You're this young Japanese kid, and he's probably like, yeah, I got this great young, I'm just putting words in his mouth or whatever now, but he's like, I got this great Japanese kid that really knows how to do stuff, and he's really helping me, and he's got some cool ideas. Like, what a cool, like a support thing for him. Like obviously Troy's is what he is, right?
Yeah.
But you to be there and to see how he does things and like to learn from him, like, gosh, that talk about going to school, right? You went to Troy Lee University.
It is for sure. Sure. Yeah. I learned so much what to do as an artist, but also I learned what not to do too.
Well, that's part of learning how to do it, right?
Yeah, and then over the years I gained the trust, and then I was able to kind of disagree with him too. There's some,
and I'm sure he respects that, right?
Yeah, I think he's comfortable for me to say no. And then I'm the first one to tell Troy, like, man, I don't think so, Troy.
Yeah.
But he respected that, but Troy's a Troy. Nah, I still believe in it. Let's do it. But there's a time, me and Troy is just like, it's just like in the path of I don't care what people think, let's do it.
So, well, that's that Troy Lee style, right? That's what you can't. It's and I think that's what in his blood. It's that racing thing.
Yeah.
And when racing's in your DNA, you have to take risks.
Oh.
You have to, or else. Yusaku says that a lot. Our CEO and president, he's like, some things we need to be safe, but we need to take risks too. We can't just do everything safe. You're not going to win races like that, right?
Yeah. Troy sometimes is, no, Maki, that's boring. You already done it before. I've already seen a million times.
Yeah.
Just change.
Yeah.
So it's okay. All right. I hear you.
That's cool. So Troy Lee designs for 32 years. I wrote down some of the things: technical, motocross, and apparel design, motocross helmet and graphic design, motocross helmet graphic design, motocross team and graphic and uniform design, design direction, images, inspiration boards, concept drawings, catalog, advertising, direction, and design and consulting. That's probably more what you're doing now, but that's a lot. And when I think about Troy Lee, there's so many brands too. They kind of change their logos around, and there's so many iconic Troy Lee. I shouldn't say so many. There's probably 5 that stick out in my head. There's that cool like diamond shaped parallelogram one with TLD in it. That's like was on the gear early on. It's still being used. Did you come up with that?
I did.
That is so.
Although I had to give it credit for that spelled out the TLD. I wasn't the first one to just spell out TLD, just to short it up in TLDs. There was a French artist. His name's Guillaume.
Okay.
He's my good friend, and he still works for Troy. He's the OG. I learned so much from him, but he came up with the TLD, and it was because of the 90s, was everything the logo was an oval, right? So he put also the oval, and I was gonna use that logo, and I think the first TLD Moto Gear was the oval TLD logo.
I think I remember that. Yeah,
and I had a hard time keep going with that oval, and so I was experimenting a little bit of what shape I could do. Square. I tried square a few times, and I did a lot of different shape. And what's the iconic shape that people could recognize it and right away from a distance? And then so I call the Superman logo. That was the idea from. Really.
Okay. Yeah.
But of course, I can't just copy the big ass.
I think.
Right?
I think the biggest thing with artistry, right? A great artist will go, "Hey, I didn't come up with anything. I was inspired by this, or I was inspired by this, right?"
Absolutely.
So the Superman thing inspired that.
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
My job is to make sure it doesn't look like a Superman. But, and they're just inspired by those, and then put them into my, just in just the idea sketch, and I just experimenting a little bit of shape, and that's how I came up with that logos, and they're still using it. Even today, so
did you
I must have
come
done something right.
Yeah, you did a lot of things right. Did you come up with the script right? Troy Lee Designs, the long rectangular.
I think that's Troy.
Okay,
it's really Troy scribble.
Because that was on his visors probably really early. I think, that.
And then Troy didn't want that logo, but I think his mom already printed in the business card, so he kind of stuck with it. Yeah.
Well, dude, I just think about it now. It's like when I think back to the 80s when he was making his visors.
Yeah.
Like that's the logo that was on the visor, the long, thin one, right?
Yep. But over the years, me and Troy kind of, if you really get close to the Troy Lee Design signature logo, we call it signature logo.
Yeah.
It's kind of over the place, because he was so rushed. And and so it's like a spacing is all whack.
So you subtly refined it.
So it's just like we fix it. We really fix it in the right way. And when we look at it, it looked like, I can't say that.
Well,
it looked horrible.
Poopy.
Yeah. So it's just that, you know what? Maybe there is no such a thing as a perfect design.
Amen.
It's slightly out of a kind of tune, the logo makes it, this logo is cool, So we kind of left it half of a mistake Troy did. I know it's.
I think that's brilliant because and we'll talk about more music stuff in the down the road here. But when you're talking about music, I'm just a connoisseur. I don't play or anything, but I really consume it, and I kind of a fan of a lot of different genres and stuff.
Yeah.
The dissonance chord. When it's matched with something that's perfect, it's like it almost balances out like it's very distinctive when you hear it, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of So like with the logo, it's not perfect. There's parts of it that are perfect and not, right? So it's kind of
it's the same thing, If it's we're not searching for, we all searching perfect thing.
Sure. But sometimes perfect is, or not perfect is perfect.
It is.
For the situation, right?
Yeah. So this is the classic case of a Troy Lee Design signature logo. So it's hats off to Troy. Kept it long enough that such it became iconic.
Yeah.
And from even a distance, you could tell that's the Troy Lee Design signature. So,
well, you think about, because I'm the marketing geek here, right? But you think about like strong brands, they never change their logo, dude. Like think about Coca-Cola. In 1985 or 86 when they came out with new Coke, they did that and they made a mistake and they went right back to the old logo, right? And I think, when I talked to Fujio and about our logo, it's just like iconic logos don't need to change, right? Like it stands the test of time.
Yeah.
When you look at it, you know what it means, and generation, I mean, you can freshen it and make it right, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And then when you get to be an older brand and you can recognize a logo, that's so important for a brand to have that ID recognition, right? And Troy Lee has that now, and it's so cool that you were a part of that,
Yeah. So, Troy still give me a freedom to do the different kind of a Troy extension of that signature logos, and he enjoyed it too, you know. Okay, well, you could tweak around with it this ways, but whatever they call the corporate ID logo, don't mess with it.
Yes.
Even though it's not a perfect look,
Yep.
So,
Yep. So I got a question. And you can answer this however you want.
Okay.
What inspires you?
Ooh, inspire me about the designing, or
I mean, dude, to get up in the morning, to do what you do, as an artist, you got to keep searching for that next thing or that next look. And how do you get driven to go, man, I need to come up with a cool t-shirt design for Yoshimura, or, hey, I need this for the Fender people, or whatever, the people that you work with, you've got to constantly as an artist be going, by reaching out, looking at different things. And I think it's a cool question for you because you need to continually be inspired or you can't work. Right?
True.
So I was just wondering, what inspires Maki?
I don't think it's just that I just stop what's inspiring me.
Yeah.
I think for the living being, I'm talking to you right now, but I'm already thinking some other things.
Yeah.
I have like 1,000 Maki in my head is the searching for what's the coolness and what's, the things. The same things apply when I inspire. It's like, I think when you ask me that kind of questions, I guess
you could maybe ask, I could ask it like, what do you like to do? Outside of obviously when you're doing your work, right? But hey, I got free time. I'm going to go ride my mountain bike, or I'm going to go play my guitar, or I'm going to go hang out with my kids, or what does that look like for you? Cause that's kind of when you least expect it, you see something and you get inspired. You're like, oh, that's cool. Right.
I think, sorry, I try not to make a complicated question.
Yeah, no. And I'm sorry I asked it a hard one there. Yeah. But I thought that would be this is,
But I think what's inspiring me is everything, really.
That's not a bad answer.
Yeah, when I talk to you, it's inspiring me.
Oh, that's
new
cool.
ideas. And when I watch the movie, it inspired me to go to the design. Although, I am already collecting all the data, which is the photo or just snapshot at it or just read the magazines or read a book. It's always storing in my head.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, the images I'm already saving. So every week I had to download on my phone to the hard drive because I have thousands of images, and some of them repeated images that, I already downloaded this one 2 months
You must have
ago.
liked it because you did it.
Yeah. So that's a great question because I did last time when I opened my hard drive, it's just 2 million image.
What?
In my inspiration board.
2 million?
2 millions. It's I'm sure some of them repeated it.
Sure. Yeah.
But those are my good 20 years of all days of taking photos, scanning image versus snapshot of a screenshot or just a phone snapshot or some advertising I thought was just take
inspiration
pictures.
board.
Yeah. So I have an archive of an idea that I could go back and then just okay, let's pick this one.
Yeah.
Let's pick that one. Let's pick that one. Yeah.
Because I think I honestly like what you do is not unlike a songwriter. They need to be inspired to put pen to paper, right, and create emotion with not only music but lyrics, right? And that's what you do with your art, with what you do. You inspire, like you want people to wear your product, right, or use it, and that's what your ultimate goal is. So you're trying to inspire them to be a part of it, right?
So I think when I shot the photo, I think it's cool, right? I think that little tiny flame of creativity just manifested in my brain. Just leave it there. Flame is there. And then when you repeated it many times, those flames get bigger and bigger and bigger. I have to do something about it. These ideas. So sometimes I sketch, just leave it there. Sometimes because of that, I have clients and the designs and that match with what I think is cool. I just use it right away. But a lot of idea was already kind of in my head. Yeah. And then I'm just executed in the way that kind of adjusted it in the way it's supposed to. Yeah. But also I enjoy the kind of like, I don't know what's these ideas. My head's ringing, will come out. Yeah. So
when you were at Troy Lee, did you hang around other artists? I mean, obviously Troy Lee, but like the helmet painters, some of the other graphic designers that might have been there. Did you get inspired by those guys, or did they look to you for inspiration?
I think we all inspire each other.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
So it's more like a teamwork thing. Like
it does. It's I look up many designers outside of industries. I look up the same designers who's doing exactly the same kind of things. Yeah. But it's also even a new designer just joined the team, and he or she came up with the new ideas, and wow, that's so cool, Yeah. How come I didn't think about that,
Yeah.
Like,
so that inspires you.
Oh yeah, absolutely, So.
So here's another question. You might get mad at me for. It might be hard. How do you stay inspired? So we talk about you being at Troy Lee for 32 years now. And we're going to talk about Groove Machine, your thing that you started. But you got to keep going. You got to keep getting inspired. You can't, the worst thing, right? Doing the same thing over and over again. You can't do that as an artist, right? Because you have to keep progressing and stay fresh and learn different ideas and take different paths. Like, how do you stay, I guess, for lack of a better word, in that groove of like continually pumping out ideas and design, like, hey, this is the way I did it in the 90s and the 2000s, and this is I just keep doing it like that. And if
talking about 90s, I was in the quest because I just became a designer, right? Professional designers. So I was in the quest of me, myself, as who I am. And also there's a part of me, I will show the world, and I could come up with it's nobody seen type of the designs. And so 90s is just a quest for the good decade of just experimenting styles and things.
Throwing stuff on the wall and see what works.
Yeah. So when people today ask me, hey man, 90s design is so cool, man. Can you just do some 90s vibe thing? I still haven't quite digested it yet. I was in a quest. I think I need another decade to review myself in the 90s designs, why I did this design, why I did that designs. And so
I could see that because, again, just paralleling the thing to music. Yeah. I mean, it's so... I guess it's so easy for a band, right, to go back and go, this is the way we played it in the 80s, or this is the way we played it in the 90s, right? But come up with new stuff that sounds 90s, you're like, I don't remember that formula. Yeah. Like, right? Yeah. Right? Like, I could replay it because this is how we did it. Yeah. But make new music like that sounds 90s or 80s or 70s. It's like, wait a second. I kind of lost my formula. So I worked, you probably know Bob Harrow. So I commissioned Bob to do some art for us. And he came up with some stuff. And I'm like, dude, no, I need Bob Harrow 1979 pencil and paper. Like, that's what I want. And it's crazy because he had to relearn how to do it. So I'm kind of putting words in his mouth, but because he's been doing so much stuff on a tablet with a computer, and he forgot what it was like to actually sketch like old school, right? And when he finally came to the design I wanted, I'm like, that's it. And he's like, and when we got all done with it, he's like, man, thanks for pushing me, because you didn't let me stay on where I was, right? But he's like, it's pretty cool that again, I don't know what he did to get back to that formula, but it's the same thing that you're talking about it was a decade of searching and doing things, and I did some cool stuff, but like, how did, you did it back then, which is one thing, but then to recreate something that has a 90s or an 80s look, it's like, what is that formula, right?
Yeah. But 90s was a quest, like I said, but those are also what I thought was cool was in the 70s and 80s designs. I digested it myself, and I tried to come up with new ideas and new way of showing, through my heart. And then that's the 90s designs for me.
Yeah.
And also 90s wasn't no internet or anything. So it was just like only the magazines people look at it, all my designs I came up. So it's still kind of like it don't have a whole lot of an archive of what I did, but it's going to be hard for me to just readdress the 90s designs. But I'm sure one day I will kind of readdress, but if any clients is asking me the 90s design, I'm going to have a little bit of hard time to revisiting the 90s design.
I think you'll be fine pulling something out of your hat. I was going to ask you, maybe you could talk a little bit about those that. Well, let's go back. Let's go back to. I'm just thinking about. Remember the late '80s, early '90s. There's a lot of people wearing like motocross gear, like Living Color. That guy wore Axo gear.
Yeah.
Like it was moto in late '80s, early '90s. It was showing up in so many different weird places. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like I just think about like again your inspiration of seeing a lot of this stuff, and moto gear, so to speak, was showing up in the weirdest places. Right?
Yeah. Living Colors I saw the music video.
We all watched it. He's like, that guy's wearing Axo pins.
That's exactly the same Axo I'm wearing in motocross right now.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see the music guys wearing the moto gear, right?
Yeah. So when you're at Troy, was it so he's painting helmets. He's doing a lot of helmets for IndyCar racers, bicycle guys, mountain bike, a bunch of different stuff, moto, obviously. And you like, hey, was it your idea? Like, hey, I think we should make gear. Or did you come to Troy like, hey, I have an idea?
It's a part of it. Yeah, it's a part of it. That's a true story. I sketched the motor gear, just my spare time. Troy, we should do the motor gears. And I just showed him a sketch. I think I still have it.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, I don't know where it is, but
you gotta find that.
I gotta find those, And then I showed him, and Troy said, "No, I want to be mutual to anybody. I'm already doing the helmet for the many company. I want to keep as long as I can to be
At that time, was he making a helmet at all? A mountain bike helmet that was like made by Shoei or something, right? Or
no, it was that helmet is Edge helmet, right?
Yeah.
So it's a plastic helmet.
Yes.
Yes, it is the
but that didn't really compete on the moto side. It was very unique.
Not really. So
because the D1 hasn't come out yet, right? Or had it?
Not yet.
Okay, so
it's called Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona. Okay.
It wasn't the D1.
Okay.
And those name was me and Troy was in the Daytona 200 race. On the way back, it's like, hey, what's the new helmet? It's mountain bike helmet we should call. So, let's go Daytona. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it.
Yeah, but they're pretty protective.
But
of that
later,
name, right?
I was like, I guess we can. I use a Daytona. But we already had a second helmet coming up soon, so I said, okay, let's go D2. Simple as that. But original name was the Daytona.
Okay.
Yeah, so
or now referred to it as the
yeah.
D1,
So your question is about the motor gears. Yes,
So that was before any real helmet was done, right? Because I'm thinking in Troy's mind, he's probably trying to stay neutral, right? I don't want to offend any helmet company or gear company. I'm living in this comfortable chair, right? And then you're like, hey, I think we need to make gear. And he's like,
I
oh,
want to wear Troy Lee design gear.
yeah.
Troy was making a little bit of mountain bike glove, mountain bike jerseys, but that's as far as to go as apparel.
Mm-hmm.
But Troy ride motocross, I ride motocross, So it's just like, Troy, we should make a moto pants and the moto jerseys, moto glove.
Mm-hmm.
First couple of years, he kind of like, no. But I think I'm not the only ones. I think plenty people started asking him the same kind of thing. And so Troy said, you know what? Let's do it. So.
And that was 97 or 98 or?
98 or 99.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get done with this first collection of gear.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the first athlete that was wearing it? Do you remember?
Troy didn't have a budget, so he called all the retired riders.
That's perfect, dude.
Yeah. Oh, his friend.
Yeah. Hey, Sean Palmer.
He's a mountain bike rider, but happened to be riding motocross, and so Troy asked a whole bunch of his friends that retire, non-professional riders to, hey, do you want to just do the catalog shoot with us?
Mm-hmm.
So Jeff Ward is one of them, right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other guys. I don't remember, but I remember Jeff Ward too.
Yeah.
So, but Jeff Ward gave me a couple of kind of suggestions. Oh, this is working this way, that ways, and so he gave me a little bit of advice. So that helped. Yeah. So
that's cool.
So first 2 years of a moto gears, I think we didn't have a whole lot of kind of like a so-called poster boy type of riders. It just started it.
Yeah.
So, but I think a third or fourth years, I think Troy started hiring the riders and sponsoring the team.
Mm-hmm.
So that's later on so evolved with the team designs. But
yeah, one of the earlier guys, I guess, Ernesto Fonseca, right? Was one of the early guys. I do remember that. That was like, I know because I was at Answer then in 02, 03, because when he got on the Honda. When he got on the Honda team in 02, right? That was 02?
Yeah.
It was 02, yeah.
So before that was
he was a Troy Lee guy.
Yeah.
Full Troy Lee gear.
Before that was Steve Lamson, Ryan Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few guys and a few team with sponsors. And then when we had opportunity to work with Ernesto, I think that's the real first time for me to engage the rider and also designers. I had to make a special gear for him because Ernesto, you remember Ernesto.
Yeah.
He's a very small guy.
He's like a kid.
Yes, I know. And then he just, as all the professional racers are very thin. Super skinny.
He was exceptionally skinny and small.
And then also, remember the late 90s, all the way to the early 2000 era was nothing but baggy gear.
Yes.
So I think Ernesto is the one where you just realized, man, this gear was so baggy.
Yeah.
We
he
just
put
had
a small jersey on and make it look big.
We just had to slim it out a little more,
Yeah.
So, but Ernesto was really small, so I really had to make it small. So Ernesto and I became a good friend now, even still these days. It's just like hey, is this working? Is this not? And so those kind of shaped me for the knowledge about the kind of making the gears.
Yeah.
For the professional levels, and also constructions, all the clothing, the fittings, and what materials it has to use.
Yeah.
And the functional pieces, what's the stretch and the one non-stretch. And so thanks, Ernesto. He gave me a bunch of lessons, but he trusts me too.
Well, I think when I think Ernesto, like when I try to think back at Troy, like, yeah, you had the Ryan Hugheses or the Sean Palmers or whatever, or the Jeff Wards, but Ernesto was that up and coming guy that just got off a Yamaha at Troy.
Yeah.
That he was like a young, influential, everybody loved Ernesto, right? That was like, it seemed to me like that was the big, okay, we need a guy, here he is, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember because obviously when I was at Answer, we got him from Troy Lee, and I think Bob Weber hated me for a long time for that.
Troy's always good with those kind of things.
Yeah.
Hey, you're right. Writers, what's it called? Expiration days is very short, So make as much as money as you can. So, and if some other companies offer you better than TLDs, we're still friends, right?
Yeah.
And so he's always let those riders make decisions. Troy's not gonna I'm not happy for you,
Yeah.
And he's really meant to that,
Yeah.
And I've
That's
seen
cool.
it, yeah. So Ernesto was like, oh wow, so I'm so sad,
Yeah.
Like, no. I'm sure also, at the time was a switching answer to,
Yeah.
you've been there. I'm sure.
And he was like he was dating Carolina at the front desk.
Oh, I remember those.
So it was like a big, a divorce, so to speak, from Troy, right?
Yeah.
But it was cool when I was at Answer, we would look at obviously what Ernesto was wearing.
Yeah.
And we were just, when I went there, we were trying to really revamp everything. And when we were looking at the Troy Lee gear, we were just like, dude, this stuff is freaking so quality. Look at this fabric they're using, and look at this stretch material.
Oh, thank you.
Like the TPR, you could get dragged down the road in this and be fine, But it was such the word just kept coming up. It was quality, right?
Yeah.
And so obviously that was like that, for the fastest racers, that moniker. And it's like we only make the best stuff. When you look at the Troy Lee stuff, it was always like this top shelf product. It was never like mid to bottom shelf stuff. And when I think about the jerseys or the gloves or the pants, it was always so well designed and made. And obviously that's obviously a tip to you.
Oh, thank you.
But as working for the competitor that time, what you were doing, we were just like, dude, this stuff is unbelievably the way it was triple stitched and sewn in different places. And you really, all you guys are getting bored right now, but you really did your homework on how motocross gear was made, right? And it was like, nowadays it's completely opposite, but it was so heavy. It was like, whoa, there's so much in this, right?
Yeah, it's I think that time was a more is more kind of mentality.
Yeah. Put more rubber on it.
Yeah, and the heavier the get is, the more qualities the people think is, man, this is a heavy thing, This must be this strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, as far as the style-wise, I was in also the quest of, I'm trying to become one of a kind. It doesn't belong to anything but us, TLD.
But that goes and starts all the way at the back of the idea in your head before it gets paper on a computer.
Yeah.
I want the best thing, right? But so many people, they start out with a compromise right away. Well, we can't do this because it's too expensive. And we can't do this because we can't get that material. And we can't do, stop saying can't. If you want to do the best thing, that's where you need to keep your focus, right?
Yeah.
And you did such a great job at that at Troy, and again, I was a competitor at the time, but I'm also a fan, going, this is how to do it. If you're going to replicate something, this is the way they do it, right? So
nice. Oh, thank you.
Anyway,
it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful time.
Yeah. So around that time, a race team starts to emerge with the Supermoto go-go stuff, right?
Yeah.
And Troy, the X Games had Supermoto in it. And the Troy Lee team with Troy, Jeff Ward, Jeremy
McGrath, yes.
Dude, what's going on?
So that was
all of a sudden Troy Lee has a race team.
Yeah, that was the beginning of having our own team under the Troy Lee design name. So I'm sure it started as just fun. Nothing more. Just Troy wanted to go racing and have fun and with the friends. Jeremy already retired from Supercross and Motocross, and Jeff Ward was, kind of bored. I want to go racing. So just those three guys started racing, so together. And those became evolve a little more. Troy's Troy. Troy's always a curious 24 hours,
But that's
24/7, So he's one of those, if I have a race team, you know what? Let's get the sponsors, so so and if we evolve with this sponsorship, you know what? Let's have an event in our own race, and so he's just going left and right and left, and
find out what works.
Yeah. So and that's end up with.
But that's what I think I love about Troy is that risk taking, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just going, this might not work. Yeah, but it might, right? That's pretty cool. So you got to, that was the next, so you did the pro circuit stuff in the 90s, and then you got to do this whole livery for the truck, the bikes, the leathers or the gear, whatever. And
And
that was the
Troy Design's early stage of a supermoto team library as well too. And but in the same time, I was doing a lot of in-house motor gear offering to the public. So I do a lot of motor gear designs, and then I was because I was a creative director already at the TLD, so I was doing a little bit of marketing side as well too.
okay,
Yeah, so
like advertising,
just the design directions
concept
for the concept and the catalog directions, and then just shooting photos on the product shoot. I was with the marketing teams all the way, always with the photo shoots, and I'll just do this, do that. And so when you design the product,
you want to make sure it's portrayed right.
Thank you. Yes, that's exactly what I was doing. I'm sure marketing team didn't like that, but
Well, I'm sure like anybody that's like, hey, you're doing it wrong, or I want it like this. It's like, but I mean, you just have to respect the creator, right? And that's you. We were creating that.
But now
stuff.
looking back, I should have been a little bit toned it down. I was such an a-hole.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, no, you gotta be shooting this way, and then that's the beautiful graphic goes through this way, that way.
Yeah.
So you can't shoot it this way.
But that's so cool that you as a creator, you come up with these concepts, then you create the product, then you go out in the photo shoot, you see it all the way through, from the vendor, from concept to going to the vendor, making sure it's made right, to putting it on the athlete, portraying it the right way, all the way through that to get it to the go ahead and start selling it. It's ready. You know, it's pretty cool. Do you think that's that's got to get you excited about having your hands on it? From every aspect, because a lot of people design something and it's handed off.
Yep.
Or they're a photographer, then it's handed off.
Because of Troy Lee was so small, and we have a design team as a so small team. We only have 5, or maybe the biggest is the 10 crew. But 10 is not like 10 designers. It's a design department. It has 2 graphic guys and 1 just developers and things. So we're such a tight team. So we kind of had to share the workload, so it's not only so-called the design, we just had to develop it. So you have to wear multiple hats to just make those production and product to come to the life.
Yeah.
So it's working with a marketing team, design team, developing teams. It may be who I am today, and that's maybe a kind of designers what I am today too. I'm glad I did that. Yeah. Because such in a small team, I had to learn so much.
Yeah, but you learned how to take the car apart and put it back together.
Yeah.
So, you know how to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade anything else. It's just so much learning experience that I have that I'm able to use it even today. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
For sure. Yeah.
So the supermoto team keeps rolling along, and then I think it was like 2009, the motocross team comes along.
Yeah,
right. So then just like, we're going it's a West Coast Super or 250 team, but still, it's a race team that's going in the dirt, right?
So I think Troy didn't have a whole lot big budget, so he only could go to Supercross West Coast. So that means you had to start with a 250, right? So, and then I think Troy didn't have a budget to go to outdoor. So, okay, let's go make sure they're local. Somewhere in California, maybe far as Colorado, Yeah. We just could go to race, but it's after that, it's like, okay, let's find a sponsor to found it a team. But it's just, I think that was the beginning of the race team. I think good first year. Yeah, two season was only West Coast.
Yeah, but man, it looked cool.
Well, thank you.
It was when you looked at a factory team, you're like, dude, why is the Troy stuff is so everything like the bikes, the stands, like the awning, the truck's just glistening with PPG paint, right? Like it's just the same thing like the gear. It's top shelf, Well,
Troy don't like same. Troy always want to be a different. It's not necessarily as a graphic designs, It's either way is a color or shape.
Yeah.
There's the visual part is the one things, but the color is he always kind of, man, if it's a red, let's add a little bit of gold pearl into it. So he
Yeah.
just always is something like uniqueness.
Yes.
It has to be. You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's what the kind of you memorize. Is wow, the Troy design racing teams are always kind of cool. You know?
Yeah. Oh, dude, always like, again, it just looked more factory than the factory trucks back then because it was just 2-digit guys, whatever. Like, but it was so sick looking, dude. I don't even remember who was on the team that year, but when the first year it came, but it was, I remember just staring at it going, wow, they went supermoto racing and now they're really going racing in the dirt. You know, it was just cool. So like those years, some years pass by and then the thing turns into a factory KTM effort. Like what, that must've been a big change for you because now you're working with a factory race team. You're working with other designers with Kiska, right?
Kiska,
like,
Austria, the KTM.
Like there's a bunch of hands in the pot now.
It's a funny story is they trust us.
Really?
A lot of people think, oh man, that must be hard for you.
Well, I just like, you know, Kiska is the branding arm for KTM. They design the plastics, they design all that stuff, right?
They do.
And so why wouldn't they go, this is the way we want it?
Well, they did approach it in a few different ways, of course, in their way, you know. But we always, I wouldn't call beat them, but, you know, we have a better idea. And then we just presented it in a nice way.
Yeah.
And then their designer is also, wow, you know what? That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then also Gerardo Kiska, I mean, Kiska himself, right? He visited the TLD.
Okay.
And then I met him and I kind of introduced myself and then, hey, Mr. Gerardo, I'm a huge fan of Kiska. Oh, so you know Kiska? I said, yes, absolutely. You know, I know. You know, so I'm a fan of what you do, you know, and then this is the designs I wanted to do. And
so there's respect there for him right away.
He saw, wow, Maki, this is a better designs, you know.
Oh, that's really cool.
And the Troy and
that's definitely not what I expected you to say.
Yeah, but Troy and Gerardo was a kind of respected each other's, you know. Troy made it already to the kind of recognition in the industries. And so is him too. So is Gerardo too, you know. So Kiska is built to the KTM as today too. So I think those kind of
did the Kiska guys have ultimate decision in the look?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, but it's a still KTM marketing team. It still has to go through a stamp, you know, approve, stamp.
Was there pushback on stuff or
no? Actually, the guys who was in charge for all the racing team, marketing, designing things, he was a huge fan of Troy design.
Okay, so they were just like,
but that helped, right? That helped. So, Mark, I'm enjoying what you guys coming up. You know, I think he's already
probably from their perspective, like, wow, fresh ideas.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. And then I think Kiska even says similar things. You know, like if we want to see something that Troy Lee is different than just what they've been doing.
Yeah.
They know how to make a KTM look KTM.
Yeah.
And we try
Troy Lee knows how to make a KTM
we try to
look
break the
fast.
rules, you know, like, you know.
So I guess we'll I guess fast forwarding, was it 2019 or 22 when you had these inklings of like, hey, COVID was happening, right? Like it started happening. You're like, I think, what was it? Like there was something in the back of your brain going, I think I might want to break off and do my own thing.
Yeah. So that was
like, when did that start?
I think it was 2 years prior the COVID time.
Okay. Did you sense like, hey, I'm getting burned out here, or do you go, hey, I have other things I want to do. I feel like I want to design other things and do other things.
I think I addressed a couple of times Troy about the burnout part of the things. I think any employee, doesn't matter designer or not, you know, I'm sure if you're working in the same company for longest.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, it's like, I need a break here.
But I think it's again like pivotal moment, right?
Yeah. Hey, I like that.
Pivotal moment. It was when Troy sold the company first time. He sold it twice, but first one hit me hard. You know.
When was that?
There's a part
the
of
first time.
2019, I
Okay.
think. 2000, yeah, end of before, yeah, 2 years before COVID time.
So you're experiencing some burnout. Troy sells the company. You're like, what?
And then, when I hear the MA kind of, like a merged company that kind of deals, I don't hear a lot of positive things,
Rarely do you hear
So
anything
I
positive.
kind of like, should I worry about my job? But Troy's always like, Maki, don't worry about it, I'm still majority of the companies. I still own, I'm still the boss. And so, okay, I hope so.
I mean, at this time, 2019, you and Troy are joined at the hip, right? Like you're designing stuff together. You know how each other turns right and left. You're like, oh, I know what he's gonna think and what he's gonna do, and so it's like,
But
you
also,
totally like trust each other. Like I don't like it's different than a boss and employee. It's like almost like co-designers.
in some project, yes, for
Yeah.
sure. I get frustrated so as much as anybody in Troy. And Troy get frustrated with me for my directions I'm going. Stubborn, we both stubborn.
Yeah, well, that's
But
the human nature of it,
But
right?
end of the day, I work for him, so I kind of had to listen. So it's I was also young too. So I was like, oh, man, I want to do something different than Troy's. And so that's a little bit of kind of manifesting idea about, what's the outside of a TOD, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Troy sold the company first time. And then I guess that's the story I could share now. I couldn't when I left the TOD, but I think there's just so many managers, from outside came in TOD, started changing the culture, So that's I'm not going to drag in too much of a long story for that part, but it changed the cultures,
Yeah.
And
It always amazes me, dude. Like you hear all these stories about a company buying a company because it's successful, right?
No.
It's successful. Let's change it. What? Why are you changing what works? You obviously bought this company because it does this.
Yeah.
Well, let's take the engine out and put a new one in. It's like, what did you buy the company for?
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
No. And then I have so Troy was my boss, and there is not much of a between. Of course, when we came up with the designs, and then when we have a sales team, marketing teams, and all those, we have a lot of step to get to the production. I understand that part. But when you have another person who came in, I have so many checkpoints more than what it was before. And also, like a boss, a true boss, right? Oh, he's such and such a director of this department. This is such and such a director, this boss.
yeah.
Oh, wow, So that's became kind of like, wow, that's not enjoyable.
Yeah.
And so,
And you're probably like in the back of your head, like, why should I respect you?
yeah.
Like, what have you done?
Yeah.
You know what we do here?
But Troy respected what I make decisions. And then a lot of new people came in as a manager and director, didn't like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like I became a little bit of kind of problem child in the company.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Sorry, those kind of managers, I made it a little bit uncomfortable, but but here's the bottom line: I still respect Troy as the boss and the friend, So I understand why he sold the company. So I get that, So that's the kind of like a pivotal moment. I'm kind of I want to do something us,
Yeah. So
But that's been brewing from 2018.
So in 22 you did it. 22 or 23?
24 actually.
Oh, is that okay?
So it took him a while.
Okay.
So Troy sold it, and then that group sold it again.
Okay.
So that's the ones, I think those are public knowledge, so I could say that. That's the kind of like it became completely different company, TLD. I think Troy mentioned it in a couple times in interviews, and a lot of industry guys already know what's going on,
But then
And the people are not recognizing the TLD anymore, and in that moment, I think writing on the wall.
Yeah.
My name was on the first or second list, I'm sure,
Yeah.
So I'm not ashamed to say that, but either way, I leave or am I gonna let go?
Yeah.
So that was a heartbroken time for me.
But you had almost been planning a little bit of this in your back of your
I
head.
kind of knew it was like like you say, writing on the wall.
Yeah.
So
It's almost like, hey, I need to get out of the nest. I need to stretch my wings.
Yeah. So I
So
started.
then you talked to Troy, right? And you're like, you asked him. I think I heard you say this. You asked him like, hey, I think I'm going to be going out and do my own thing, and he was like, you're still going to help me do stuff, right?
So it's a combination of both. I think I was kind of like ready to let go. And also, there's a part of me like
that's a big deal, dude.
It was.
Like,
it was.
You're doing something for 32 years.
I think this is a public. This is the first time I'm letting world know. That,
Yeah.
Is this the true story?
But like that's just mentally being. In a place for 32 years where you're just like, hey, you could have stayed there and probably did what you're doing, but you're like, hey, it's time. There's something that told you it's time to go, right?
So it was a mutual agreement, if you put it a nice way. So it's just I'm able to just keep doing what I love, which is designing things, and so it's just it was just mutually part way.
Yeah.
And then I didn't burn any bridge to anybody. Yeah. So I think that's the part of I'm still working for Troy Lee Designs as a freelancer. So that's what you said. You mentioned it.
Yeah.
The day I left, the next day I'm already in the office as I came back and working with Troy. So that's a last.
I mean, that's just like this insane amount of respect that Troy gives you.
I'm lucky. And then same time, I'm still thanks to Troy.
Yeah, but I think that all those years you paid those dues in. With like a guy like Troy just respects the heck out of that, and he can lean on somebody like you for help to bring his company back from where it was. Right?
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no. It's but Troy. I mean, Troy trusts me for the still decisions I'm making, and he's still kind of asking me for the design kind of input and things. Mm-hmm. There's so much kind of like we work together for longest times. So it's just I really want to mention it. I mean, thanks, Troy. It's like
I think it goes without saying. You could just I think you cut yourself in TLD course out of your blades there.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be here if it wasn't the Troy Lee Designs time too, and I wouldn't meet you either, So and I would have been working for Yoshimura either. So
well, that's a cool thing. Yeah. So Groove Machine starts.
Yes.
Yeah, named after a King's X song.
Finally, we're talking about the Groove Machine.
Groove Machine. Well, we're fast forwarded all the way to today. Groove Machine.
Okay, maybe this is the podcast started from here.
But Groove Machine wouldn't have started obviously before the 32 years of Troy Lee, and then the stuff that you're doing with Groove Machine has really come from some of the sponsors and things that have been a part of the race team, right? Like we can start talking about Fender now. Like so Groove Machine starts. And obviously, you wouldn't start it if you didn't have any clients, right? So you start it, and you're doing stuff with. Am I right with Fender right away, or Fender guitars? By the way?
Fender guitar. Yes. When I was on TODs, we worked so many outside of a motorcycle industry project, and one of them is Adidas, and music is which is a Fender guitar. And then multiple kind of like a completely outside of a industry product. And then Fender is one of them. Is the music industries I enjoy because I play guitar. I enjoy their guitar too. And then I'm a fan of music. So when I started my own business, I kind of wanted it to go to outside of a motorcycle, reach out to the different industries to do what I learn, what I experience, and can I use what I know and learn from a Troy Lee Design to the different things.
Yeah.
So I reach out to a few music guys, and then one of them, my mutual friends, call me one day and say, hey, Maki, I needed such and such. And then, would you interested? I said, yeah, So there's a company, it's called Dunlop Manufacturing. they make a guitar pedals, and
That's not the same Dunlop
there's
golf balls or...
No. It's the same last name.
Okay, different. Okay.
Yes, but it's a completely different company.
Got it.
But it's I think it's not even a family tree, but it's coming from the same, because Dunlop tire is coming from the UK, right? Originally. And the other Dunlop, Jim Dunlop, was coming from the same area too. So who knows? That might be the family reason, but it's a completely different company. So don't mix up the Dunlop and Dunlop tires.
Okay.
So when
Dunlop.
so when I mentioned the Dunlop, that means music.
Okay.
And then that's makes a guitar pedal. And there's a.
Do they make so I'm not so schooled in the music side, but does Dunlop make a ton of different pedals?
Yes. So
not just famous for like a fuzz.
It's called the effect pedals.
Okay.
So when you play the guitars, and then those pedals is when you press it, it will make a completely different sounds.
Okay.
Sometimes it's distorted sounds, or sometimes it's very phasey, flangers, echo, chorus, and all kinds of modular
delays,
stuff. Yes. So the company is very famous for that product, and the guys, he's a second generation guys. Jimmy Dunlop is a son of a Jim Dunlop, the founders. Jimmy called me and hey Maki, oh by the way, Jimmy's fan of motorcycle racing, so he knew Troy design. So he called me and hey, let's work together for some project. Are you interested? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So my first project was Eddie Van Halen project.
Wow, that's cool.
Which is I'm a guitar player, so I'm super excited. And then so I met the guys. His name's Matt. He's a manager for all the EVH branding. Also, he's just basically protector. He's the historian for all the EVH history, because he was a guitar tech for Eddie for 30-something years.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So he knows.
He's like you and Troy.
Yeah, pretty much. So he's a historian about all the EVH. So EVH is Eddie Van Halen.
So he's kind of the protector of the brand, so to speak.
So Jimmy Dunlop and then Matt and was in the same tables, and I had a lunch with them, and we'll just talk about the ideas. And so this is a new project we want to do. I know, Maki, you're a fan of Eddie Van Halen's, and so
who isn't?
I know, right?
Sammy Hagar. I'm just kidding.
So I know you're the perfect guys, and so it's just make sure this is the Eddie Van Halen's is doing this way, that way, so that I learn as much from Matt. And then Jimmy said, no, you have to do this way. And so I get both ideas.
Yeah.
So, but Matt was kind enough to, so Maki, you want to visit Eddie Van Halen 5150 Studios? Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a big moment for you, huh?
Oh, I was so nervous.
Was it in his house or is it a separate?
Oh, it's in the Studio Cities.
Okay.
And his house. It's in the forest and some hidden areas,
Okay.
So when I received the address, it's go, okay, this is the address. I gotta go.
Yeah.
So when I get to there, it's a middle of nowhere. So it's just like a gate open, and when I get there, it's like, yeah, welcome to 5150 Studios, and it's just like wood garage, but this is all the magic happened. All the me and you loved all the Van Halen catalogs,
like all the way from the beginning.
Everything was recorded here.
Wow.
And he said, yes, this is the chair.
Dude, those walls must have been haunted, dude.
Oh, I was just so nervous that day, It's like, I kind of remember half the conversation. I had it,
Yeah.
But it was just a fanboy,
yeah.
And he's explained to me, this is the Eddie this, this is the Eddie that.
Dude.
This is the one that Alex played the drum.
Like, I can't think that a lot of people are allowed in there.
No.
Like, that's very sacred place, right? Like,
But when you come to the point is, okay, Matt, how exactly Eddie Van Halen came up with the iconic that stripe?
Yeah, the Frankenstriper or whatever, right?
Frankenstein stripe. And he showed me, no, that's how he did it. And wow. So
I was going to ask you about that. Like, is there a patented, like how things cross and everything?
So
it's like
Eddie Van Halen stripe is a patent graphic, so nobody can copy it.
Okay, I thought so. It's very distinctive. And again, talk about something being not perfect.
Yeah.
But it's perfect.
Yeah. So I ask the important question is, so are there rules of this stripe? It kind of is, but it kind of doesn't.
Really?
So how he came up with it, it's all about the feeling. Really? So yeah. He feel like it, no, I need to add one more stripe. No, let's remove it. And so it's all about the feeling.
Dude, that guitar was so famous looking, dude.
It is.
The Frankenstrat, right? Like,
so am I supposed to copy exactly what he did?
Yeah.
To honor what he has. You
so
know?
look, let's just so we have context on this, like, what did they were going to commission you to do? Like,
so
just put a graphic on a box, or packaging too, or like what?
So it has a pedal, right?
Yep.
And then this is the Eddie Van Halen stripe guitar. He has so many multiple different kind of stripe and then multiple different color theme. This pedal, we're going with this guitar and this stripe. It's called the Bumblebee.
Okay.
It's a black and yellow, it's a black body with a yellow stripe. So of course, that guitar is so iconic, and that there's a certain way that the stripe goes. And so how am I going to fit into this little square pedals?
Yeah.
So he just showed me.
Luckily, you've painted helmets before. You know how that wear out.
Yes.
Like, I always think, like, if you can make a graphic on a helmet work, you could put a stinking graphic on a box, right?
Which is my sale.
Even if it's this big.
That was my sale pitch to Jimmy, who is making the pedal side, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I talked to Matt, is almost like, Matt, how much flexibility I have. I had to honor the Eddie Van Halen.
Sure. You're very sensitive of it, right?
And I'm a huge fan. I almost want to just copy and then place it in this and call off the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get a credit. I'll just do the executed of what he already created.
Yeah.
But Matt was no, Maki. I want you to do what you feel too.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So he gave me a little bit of flexibility. He says, oh, wow. But that night I came home like, man, how am I supposed to do this?
Yeah.
But although I did a couple kind of doing this and this, I kind of started feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think Eddie did it this way, and I think he felt that it needed this one, so he kind of had it here. So,
Did you start to like understand the
some
madness a little bit?
But some of them, I think he ran out the ideas. So he just put it, just and fill the space,
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of studying his kind of stripe and then, but I end up with the kind of like ideas, and I just made a mock-up in the paper, and I showed Matt, I saw Jimmy's, and then the both of them said, "Wow, amazing!" And Matt is just the first thing, Maki, you nailed it.
Really? First try? No revision?
Second try.
Okay.
Second try. You nail it. First try was okay, but he said wrong color.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I'm sorry. That wasn't my printer. Didn't do the quite bit of yellow he was asking.
Mm-hmm.
The second time I just did it. So, Maki, you nail it. You don't have to change it. Bit.
Wow.
Approve.
What did that make you feel like?
Oh, it's just relief. It's such a relief.
I'm thinking like what a cool thing it is. And again, I'm not in the music industry and I don't know, but to have a guy come from Troy Lee Designs with all this crazy rad graphic background and to be able to, I'm just thinking, maybe even ahead of time from even right now, but to be able to apply some of that knowledge and what works on a helmet, so to speak, on a guitar, on a box, on graphics, on packaging, or even amps. I don't know what they do, but just to make a look for an artist, like I can't think that there's other brands doing that, right? Like maybe they are. I just think of like a Gibson Sunburst. Like where's the creativity in that, right?
Yeah.
And then I think of that Strat that you did with the Steve McQueen look on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah. So Eddie Van Halen, that pedal was something I learned from helmets. You mentioned it, and also the same technique that I learned from all the helmet graphics and the manufacturing side of technique, and I brought those into the music industries. So Jimmy Dunlop was a surprise. Like, wow, is that how you do it? It's like, yeah. So it's just he was like, it's so pumped, like, wow. So we could offer these things in the production.
And so they were happy with your design, right?
That's the one thing, of course,
And so is that product being sold now?
So those product is I had to make sure it's a producible design.
Oh, okay.
And a producible way.
And that's something you know really well about, because it's like, hey, I go to the vendor all the time to make sure that
I even introduced the vendors who able to do this, and then we went to the factory together, and we just choose this way, that way, and that, and so it's like a designer is one thing, executing the graphics and the things, but I was also a developer. And also I was kind of sourcing guys, and so I was consulting,
Yeah, that's cool.
So it was a fun project for sure.
And you got to work in a different industry, music, right? That's very, you're totally into, right?
Yeah, I love it.
I think that the music thing is very, very cool. When when we first started talking about you doing this, I started thinking about the parallels, and we were talking about it a little bit. Like, the guitar player, right, is like the writer.
Yes.
And then you've got the guitar tech or the instrument tech, whatever the instrument is, right? That makes sure that thing is tuned and ready to go. That's the mechanic.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And then you got probably the team manager, which is really the manager for the artist, right? Making sure he's doing the right things. It's like the parallels are crazy. Like,
it is.
And then if that guitar is not tuned right and made right, everything's gonna be wrong.
Well, sounds right.
Yeah, like everything, the feel, the artist isn't going to be playing it right. Hey, so it's like, it just seems to me it's crazy, like the parallels.
So much similar things.
Yeah.
And then all the musicians, professional musicians, some of them is so about every single set it up.
Just like riders.
Yes.
And then some riders are just like, get me on the bike.
Give me the guitar, and then I'll just rock it out, and then just no problem.
Yeah.
And it still sounds great.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like the same exact things. And there's some musicians are so about the particular sound. To create that sound, you just have to have a certain equipment to do that.
Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it seems like it's...
Here's always things. No matter how great equipment, or no matter how great is a thing it is in your music instruments, it's everything's coming from here.
Mm-hmm. Hands. Yeah.
And the heart.
Yeah. I was just listening in
same thing as a motocross too, right?
Yeah. Totally.
It's no matter how great the equipment is, if you don't know how to ride it.
Yeah. I was just listening to a Geddy Lee interview he was doing with Rick Beato.
Yeah.
I love Rick Beato. And Geddy said the same thing. There's so many, the pedals now are becoming more AI. I think Alex Lifeson was saying this, but Geddy was saying, like, no matter, same thing you said, like, no matter what you do, it's the here.
Yeah.
Right?
How you control it, how you interpreting it, things. Mm-hmm. Is if I have 80 Van Halen guitars right now, if I strum it will sound so different. Even the same equipment, same amp.
Yeah.
Same thing as the same musician too.
Yeah.
So it's a unique, So that's why it's a music is very close to what I do in the second to my hobby things, but I could translate it into the designs, So it's fun.
Yeah.
I was hesitated though. It's because there's so much hobby that I love, because motorcycle was my passion and it still is.
Yeah.
It became a career. And the music is I wanted to left it as a hobby, but it's once as I did this project that was like, wow, this is so much fun. I enjoy.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. Hopefully I'm continue doing it. As a matter of fact, I'm working on the next project, and I can't tell who it is. But then,
can we get a little like?
Yeah,
sneak?
it's a very famous guy who's a lefty player, left-hand players. But he sing about a lot of smoking thing,
Okay.
A lot of purple colors, and he use,
Okay, you're getting too close to the sun.
It's a little bit of, it's a little bit of psychedelic times, but also.
That's cool. So when is that
I
stuff
think in
supposed
next
to...
year. I think next year spring.
Okay.
Yes. But I was able to work with those
Is it the same group of people?
same group of the
Okay.
peoples. And then when I received the project from Jimmy Dunlop, he's just like, "Hey, Mike, I know you're gonna enjoy this project, and this is it." Wow, that's another pressure for me too. I could say it, but he's a great musician. And if you play guitar, everybody know who it is. But I could spill that one hint. He burned the guitar on the stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sure you know who it is.
Yeah. So that's next year coming?
I think so.
Is it the same kind of thing you were doing with the EVH thing? It's a box and it's
similar, yes.
Okay.
Similar.
Oh, well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's maybe not a better or a more iconic guitar player than. I mean, he's right in the.
He's a huge pressure
on the same side. The shelf is right there next to Eddie.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So you have the. So is that brand? It's Dunlop.
Yeah.
So it's not Fender.
Not
okay.
Fender.
Okay.
Yes.
But you got introduced to him through Fender or something, right?
We have so many mutual friends.
Okay. Yeah.
Talking about mutual friends, is there's so many musicians in the music industry. People love motocross.
Yes, that's so cool. So I became friends with Jason Bonham.
Oh yeah. And I met him too. Yeah.
He's so cool, dude. I didn't, I wanted to get him on the pod, but he's such a neat guy. Like, he's such a expert at his craft.
Yep.
And I get to know him, and I find out that, from like 1977 to like 1980, he was like the best amateur dude in England.
Yeah.
He was like on Team Green and everything.
Yeah. He is.
And so he told me, because I went and seen the Jason Bonham Led Zeppelin experience. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, if he comes to your town, go. Yep. If you're into Led Zeppelin, it's a real tribute to his dad and what Led Zeppelin did. But he was telling me, I got to this point where I was like, I'm either going to race motocross or I'm going to be a drummer. Because this is after his dad died. He's like, oh, I gotta choose my path, right? And he's like, I got to do the drum thing, And so, but he stays in touch with all these moto guys. He's free. He goes out to the Lawrence compound and he's hanging out with those guys. He still rides and loves moto, right? It's so cool. And it's like, when I went to see the show, and I'm sorry, I'm waxing on this, but when I went to see the show, it was awesome. Like, I asked people, like, dude, this was the best version of those guys you could ever see. It's better than ever. So he let us come backstage. And as soon as we go back there, it's like, it's me and my wife and one other guy. And I'm like, what? Dude, where is everybody, right? And then so we get back there and he's going, and he starts talking to this other guy. He's another drummer. And they talk for like 10 minutes and he's like, Biggie, what's up? And we're talking. And all he wanted to do is talk about motocross. That's it. Hey, what's going on here? What's this doing? What's this, right?
Yep.
And so we're sitting there talking, and I think it might have been, and my wife's just going, watch, here's Big E again, just talking, just doesn't stop talking about what he loves doing. She's just sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
And like maybe 20 minutes goes by, and then his handler guy comes by, and he's got his suitcase. He's like, okay, your wife's got the keys. She's ready to go. He's like, 10 more minutes. I'm talking moto. And there's just like, to your point though, like there are a lot of musicians that love the motocross and the moto scene, huh?
Yeah, it is. So one of the guys,
thanks, Jason Bonham.
yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
So I had a good time just talking to him too as well.
Yeah.
But there's just so many, not only the famous musicians, but I get to be friends with so many technicians, all the guitar techs,
the guys behind
the things, and also the guys who's making a lot of music instruments, guitars, things, and the guitar pedals. Those guys all love motocross too. So,
really?
Yeah. So every time it's like, hey, what's going on with that race in the weekend? It's like, wow, more than I do.
So many people follow it, huh?
So, and then more I talk to them, they just like exactly what we do. Same thing.
Yeah.
We building equipment that makes the people happy, right?
Yeah.
Exhaust pipe is the one thing in Yoshimura's, and that they make a guitar for the, just the people who play. You know,
Yep.
and they're so proud of what they do. You know.
Yeah.
And so every time I talk to those guys, it's just like, wow, you know, it's like
I mean, that's got to inspire you,
oh, absolutely,
right?
you
Like,
know?
here's a
And
whole
then-
different industry looking to moto going, again, I'm just thinking back to the late 80s, early 90s when the moto gear.
Yeah.
You think about that and it's like, look at what, like, moto's inspiring those guys,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So we both make a great, equipment, and then that's the same things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it just so make me happy, you know, every time I talk to them, and so.
So outside of the industry, aside from the Dunlop thing, what else are you doing?
Right now, I'm still kind of getting phone call from a moto industry.
Yeah. Well, one of them was us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so like when
I guess I didn't advertise or anything, but it's just a word of mouth, and it's just people just hey, I heard you doing this. It's like, oh yeah, I do. You know, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
could you help me? And that. So I'm so lucky that motor industry is still calling me to just to do the work. You know.
Yeah.
So right now it's a little bit of music.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to just explore a little more different things in the music too. But right now, 80% of the time is still moto related product.
Okay.
And then
Well, obviously, right when the whole thing, when you left and you started Groove Machine, I started talking to you more and more. And like, hey, what about doing some design work for us? You know, you've done some stuff for us in the past, but not like on a bigger scale. But and you were into it. And it was cool. And it was cool when I was talking to Yusaku, our Yusaku Yoshimura, about after we were contemplating back and forth. And I told him, I'm like, I really don't think anybody understands the Yoshimura brand. Like a couple of people I was talking to, I'm like, I don't think, you know, when I think about Maki, he really knows what Yoshimura is. And for me to move forward with the project with soft goods and a look, that was really important to us to, you know, you can hire an outside designer. That's one thing, but here's a guy like you that's super passionate about what he's doing. And like you were talking about the EVH thing, like, I don't want to mess this up. This is an iconic thing that just needs some salt and pepper on it or whatever. Right. And we hired you to do our latest collection, the stuff that we have out now, and it's sold really well and people love it.
Nice.
And everywhere we bring it and we put it out, people are like, wow, the designs are so cool. It's like, I know that guy. Pretty cool. Hey Justin, can you bring that well, I've got some pictures here we're going to talk about.
Ooh,
So we're going to
what do you have? What do you
do a
have?
little maybe show and tell. We'll put this over here. There we go. So I've got some pictures here and we could just talk about
Okay.
what's happening here.
Oh, that project was a fun project. So that was when I was at Troy Designs, you know.
So one of the cool things about Troy is like
Yeah.
he had all these crazy sponsors, right? Like Sony Pictures or all these different, PPG or C-SPAN, all these different things. Adidas was one of those, right?
So those first Adidas project that Troy Lee Designs did it. So project was super simple. It's just hey, there's no rule. It's all about the concept and then just use all your imaginations. Just do whatever you think is cool for shoes. And then we're not gonna tell you what to do.
Wow,
Have fun.
that's pretty cool.
Just go for it.
For a brand like Adidas. So what was this for a specific?
So
This
we don't have to think about is that gonna be able to produce it this way or not?
is a prototype
Just-
one-off.
It's just a concept, and this became our inspiration. And then so Adidas was looking for outside of a box because I could be same thing too. If I design the motor gears, I already kind of know the rules, what can and cannot do.
Yeah.
So every time I do designs, like sometimes I had to go to Safeway to execute it away. You know.
Uh-huh. But this was pull out all the
So
stops.
Adidas has the same way too. Like if you ask the same kind of design kind of project to the designer who was doing all the shoes long time, outcome is always be the same.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they ask the TLD to just, hey, go outside the box, have fun, surprise us.
So you designed this thing and the
So
and
this
the,
one
and
was
the
a
painter.
collaboration. Yeah. So it's
Is
like
this inside the Troy paint booth?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's we just send you the bunch of basketball shoes because we just like, man, I want a lot more area to just do the things, And then so
Well, you
just
didn't have a lot of area, but you sure got loud.
Yeah, and a bunch of running shoes and a bunch of soccer shoes, So and they're just like, is a canvas is all free. Just do whatever you think is cool.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
That's so cool. That's a really it screams Moto gear. It screams the Troy stuff for sure.
Oh, that was so much fun. So when
This is the Suzuki MotoGP team.
yes, so when we got the phone call from Rizla, Suzuki MotoGP principal, his name's Paul Denning. Paul's like, hey, I love motocross, by the way. We're a fan of Troy Designs. And are you guys interested in helping the team libraries? I said, yeah, that would be cool. And then that was somewhere in October. And then, it will be the last race is happening in November. And then, do you want to just come to the MotoGP race in the last one in Valencia, Spain?
Oh wow.
So me and Troy was like, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So we just flew there, and then we just got invited. We see the first time in the MotoGP in the real European way,
Right.
in the motorhomes and all those, like hospitality, right? And then so we just talk about it and all the ideas and things. And
So is this a project where you kind of had carte blanche, like, hey,
so here's
Troy Lee, you know how to do it. Let's see what you got. Or was there parameters?
Here's a November, right?
Yeah.
So I said, Paul, I love to design the things, but could you please send the bike?
Yeah.
Because we want to do the design proper way. Mm-hmm. It's a helmet. It's a little smaller, so we would just do the layout and things, and then we could check it out. But this kind of a MotoGP bike.
This isn't decals either, right? Like the bikes were actually painted.
First one was a painted.
Okay, yeah, okay. But the other ones were decals?
Yeah, it was a decal.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Certain areas a decal, some area was
Got it,
painted.
okay.
But we just make sure to do right. So Paul was kind enough to send the bike. Only framing the fairing and the tires. There's no engines. I wasn't hoping to have an engine too, And then
did some part of Troy or you want to chrome the frame or something?
Oh yeah.
I bet you did. Well, that's going to add weight.
Yeah, I know. So they sent me this bike, and then I just like, man, this is so cool. So I just decided to put it in the design room.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that heavy. Man, those bike and the fairing is so light.
Oh yeah.
Have you lifted it?
Yes, it's crazy.
All the carbon fibers
Yeah.
is so light, right?
Yeah.
And so I just put it on the room and design room, and then it's like after hours I was in heaven.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, just put it this way, put it that way, and looking back, it's that's so cool.
That's rad. Yeah,
having the MotoGP bike in design room. How many people could ask that, right? Like,
only a Troy Lee.
Yeah.
There's a better
So
shot.
that's a beauty shot from a studio. Yeah.
It's
I heard the Suzuki guys was really, really pleased with how we came up.
Oh, that's cool.
But yes, so answer your question, there is a restrictions. Rizla is a big sponsorship, so there's a can and a cannot do things, and
And the Rizla, that light blue is their color, right? Is that?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
corporate colors. But Troy changed a little bit, add a little bit of pearl.
Yes, he did. That's what his.
A little bit of put a gold into it.
Yep.
Like it's a little more blues. It's mixed with this, mixed with that. And then they end up with able to achieve the color that Troy came up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's a good job.
It's a really cool look. There's that Strat I was talking about. So maybe talk a little bit about that thing, because that's pretty. You saw my Grom. I love this this livery, the Golfer livery, and it's so iconic.
So Troy's Troy loves Steve McQueen. He's idolized it. I know Steve McQueen, and then, but I don't know as much as Troy does.
Yeah.
But I know Steve McQueen with the Le Mans, the movie, the Golf library, and then Porsche, you know. So that was the project. The Fender and Troy has to come up with some graphic for the special one-off. And then Troy asked me, "Hey, you want to do the designs?" I said, "Hell yeah!"
So you did this?
So I did come up with the designs, and then I showed the Troy's. But I wouldn't take it 100% credit because without the Troy Lee design painter guys,
of course,
and the Troy's a little bit of twisted in here, there's, and he gave me ideas.
Yeah.
So it's a corroboration with the full persons became this graphic.
What was this? What was this
so
for?
this one was just one-off guitars.
What was it? Just hanging somewhere? Is it?
Well, actually, it was supposed to go to maybe 20 guitars available.
Okay.
Through the Fenders. It's called a custom shop.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it just didn't happen. It's just many reasons, but it would have been so cool.
Yes.
But
I just think of like stuff like this, the Troy Lee Mazda, like just stuff outside the industry that's that is so moto, right?
But what I heard from Fender guys is that when we finished this guitar, we just sent it to the Fender. Fender guy was fighting to get this guitar. It was just, "Hey man, can I keep that guitars?" And no, can I keep these guitars? And this,
so internally they were fighting over it.
Yeah, so it's a bummer that they didn't go to the production, you know, even though only 20 guitars.
They probably could have sold 20 to the staff.
Yeah, so I heard is that they decided to just keep it as in a museum piece on the Fender. So I'm sure
there's only one.
There's only ones, and I'm sure those are somewhere in the Fender Museum.
Okay.
You know,
so what? Real quick before we move on, was the plan to just like number these, or would they all say 20?
Well, because of that, the movie and the Steve McQueen, the car was number 20.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
We just use the 20s.
Got it. Okay.
So small walls just only make it 20, right?
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
There's that pedal.
That's the EVH pedals, and then you see the little bit of guitars, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the iconic stripe that I had to play with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's cool.
I had a blast.
Man, it's so cool that you've touched that, right? Like,
yes.
Here,
the behind the story, you know, that's more than anything.
Is Wolfgang involved in the brand?
Oh yeah. He's
like he
is. He's. I mean, you know, he kind of took over the EVH branding as well too. So he's ambassador for EVH brand too. But he has his own line too. Wolfgang lines.
Okay.
I think he
wants his own thing. I'm sure. Like enough of my dad. I'm my own person, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
That thing screams Moto Gear, dude. Like, I just see Moto boots when I see this. I'm like, okay. So Adidas is going to make boots.
Those are second version of it. So when the first project was a success, so all the Adidas team was so happy, the outcome. So they asked us as a second run. They said, "Hey, you want to do the second ones?" You know, and those are 3 years from now type of a project.
Okay.
We don't know where we're gonna go, but if it's the dream design, what's gonna be?
So same thing. Did you do a bunch of stuff, or is it like, hey, this is the one?
I did 2 designs, and this is the one of them.
Is this production or is this paint?
This is I believe this was a concept. Oh yeah, because I see the number 1. So that was the. I'm sorry, I'm spacing out. Derrick Rose from Chicago Bulls, the basketball player. I think that was his project. So it was a future Derrick Rose shoes graphic ideas. What's gonna be? But don't worry about the production side. Just do your dream thing.
Dude, that's so cool because I just see Troy Lee in this. I see the pinstriping. I see the very sharp edges. It's so, like, again, it just screams Troy Lee.
It looks like a helmet, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's very cool.
Yeah.
So I recognize that logo. Is that something? Did you come up with this this logo with the pistons and the?
So piston bone came up with the French guy Guillaume.
Okay.
Yes. So
All him. All he just came up with it and like.
It's a multiple artists tweak around to became here.
Okay.
So I think that's a third version of a piston bone.
But this is what I'm talking about like how the music industry could adopt something like this. And again, all these guys are so into moto. It just makes so much sense for somebody to just go, hey, a guy like you, we want a whole custom line of really cool matching guitars, pedals, amps. Maybe that's too conforming, but it just seems like it just is begging for it, you know?
This one was a fun project it's a collab with Fender and Team Troy Designs.
Okay.
The guys who was in charge for that project he's a huge fan of motocross.
Okay.
So he rides motorcycle, he rides off-road bike, and so perfect, right?
Yeah.
So Troy asked, hey, do you want to sponsor Troy Designs? And they
we have a race team.
And they sure enough, he said, hey, do you want to help the guitar side of the design? So it was a very, very kind of cohesive, we help each other, And this one was one of those, hey, since we are sponsored by music, Fender guitar, make sure let the world know.
Yeah.
So we just did this guitar amp and the guitars and just display at the team.
How's the screen? How's that graphic put on the screen of the amp?
Oh, those are sublimation print.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We just put it,
Okay.
Gotta have a matching,
Look at that.
So those are finished piece.
What did you the Bumblebee or something?
Bumblebee.
That's so cool, dude.
Love it. Still can't believe I did that, but
believe it. All right, so here we're gonna. This is the design with soul.
Oh,
it's so cool.
That's the I go back to my panic mode of uncertainty of my future.
Yeah,
I had to build the design deck. Portfolio basically, right? Portfolio, resumes, and.
So was this a Troy Lee ad?
So
or did this sound like maybe an outtake or something?
And then as far as the photos and the directions, I got to give a marketing team. I'm not taking the credit for that, but a design, the gear in here is my design.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's the logo I was talking about earlier. You did that, right?
Yes, I did that.
Okay.
Yes. So that was such a beautiful photos. Marketing team.
It's really a beautiful. The photography is unbelievable.
Yes, I had to give them a credit for this.
Yeah.
So that was my kind of enjoy working with the marketing teams.
Yeah, this is really cool too because I think of that camo, and I think something you said like. If it's camo, why does it have to be like? Why can't it be round or something, right? Like, just thinking again outside the box. Like, why do you do it all like this? Like, why can't it be this, right?
Yeah. Camos is supposed to be kind of camouflage and they disappear from whatever that you're seeing and about. It's like that's like a neon color camo.
Yeah, it's cool. I like even the palette, and I think I heard Troy say somewhere like when designs start. Maybe it was earlier. It's like it all starts at the helmet. Like the helmet breeds the rest of the look. And I think like I look at this look, and it's just like it's so tied in. It's so the pants, the jersey, the gloves, the helmet, like even the goggles. Like it's just so cool looking, dude. Yeah. This is cool too because this is like this is what you're sketching, right?
Yeah. So it's such an early stage. Some of them just a thumbnail sketch, very small, like this small, and some of them pretty big. But it's just doodling when I have a time.
Yeah.
Some of the ideas I come up with, but also I'm enjoying it. I expected a line that when I sketch it, and it's that's kind of cool. See, this is kind of works. But this is just a dreaming stage, incubation stage.
Yeah, dreaming's good. Like things that are born out of dreams.
It's not quite clicked yet, but it's it's fun. It's a process that I enjoy the most.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But also, like, what's cool about you is you understand the manufacturing process and how this stuff's sewn together. So as you're designing, as you're sketching, you're probably in the back of your head like, well, this if we're gonna make this, it needs to be made. And so you can't sew here. This is going to be a hot spot or whatever, right? So you're thinking about that as you're sketching, right?
It does.
Because you're
Absolutely.
in charge of the whole project. It's just really cool that you have the control of that and the knowledge, right? And then it comes into a prototype sample like this, and the vendor sends you a white pant and you draw all over it, right?
Yeah. It's like a drawing on the top of it. It's just a fabric and what's working, what's not. Is the style line is one of the things, but a style line doesn't mean anything if it doesn't function, you know? So it kind of has to be the kind of going back and forth. As a function is the first, then style line will be decided. Or sometimes I go the style line first, and then we kind of like scrap the idea because the function is not following, you know?
Right.
So this is also another stage is that I do enjoy. Yeah, it's like, man, it's a function. Is this really work?
Yeah.
You know? And
That's
also at the same time, it's creating a new style, right?
Yeah. And sometimes you color outside the box. Like, you know, a lot of I think Troy Lee early on was famous for is like not following the lines of the material. Like the sublimation obviously helped that a lot. But,
of course, yeah.
But just because the pant has a line here doesn't mean you have to see that, right? It's pretty cool. So this is really cool. So Troy Lee just brought this back, right? Like there's
I heard, yeah.
Yeah, did you see that? Because I recently just saw that.
Yeah. After I left the TODs, and Troy kind of told me, "Hey, Maki, we use the Yo Cyclops." I said, "Oh, really?" So I didn't know that. You know, like, so it's
I mean, it's a whole new generation buying gear. Really?
Yeah, I'm honored that they brought it back. Yeah, I had so much fun creating that graphic.
Yeah, what I really dig about it, there's no black. It's all yellow and red and some green. It's like it's all very, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's very not monotone, but there's not a lot of separation and contrast, I would say, right? I don't know.
Thank you. I'm glad you're noticing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a little bit of your style too.
Black is the last color that I always use.
Yeah.
And at least my favorite colors, you know. I do love gray though.
This is really cool though. Like,
well, thank you. Yeah.
And it's pretty crazy that they must have done well back then because they brought it back, right? I see there's a whole kit.
I don't know if it's a success or not, but it's such an iconic look.
Yeah. Well, I think I saw something that said return of a classic or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
Something like that.
But, you know, marketing always has some way to...
What was the inspiration for the
This one was... I think I remember that I was such a fan of a Shepherd Ferry from Obey.
Okay.
And then I was kind of inspired by those art, but it turned into my original art.
Okay.
I think cool. that was I kind of remember it.
That's cool. I just love the whole. It's a kit. It really is. Like the jersey, the pant, and the helmet, and the gloves. Everything ties. That's really cool too. Again,
still my favorite to the day.
Is it really?
It is.
No black. Another thing.
Try not to.
Yeah, no, but
there's a little bit of black in the yellow kits, but you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's minimum, very minimum.
And what was the inspiration for this?
So those are basically oil.
Okay.
Oils in the water mixed. There was like a kind of swirl.
Okay.
It was inspired by a swirl kind of patterny things.
Yeah. I always thought it was so cool. I mean, obviously, the Troy Lee team, their gear always matched their bikes.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's just so.
That one's, I get a lot of designer friends. It's like, man, Maki, I still remember that kid. You did a good job. I said, oh, thank you.
Yeah. Even the helmet tying in.
Yeah. It's a one of a kind for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still my favorite.
The Beast.
Oof. What was I thinking, huh?
Yeah. Well, hey, it's different.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of black in that too.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how you transition from the black all the way to the neon color, you know?
When I drew the lion kind of beast monster things, and I knew if I just showed a face, it would be, it's okay. But if that, whatever the hairs or thing is, it became a graphic, then probably it's a kind of cool patterny designs. So it doesn't have to be so focused on the face, you know?
Yeah.
I had a good time though. Wow. I just totally forgot about it. It's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Good thing I built the portfolio, huh?
I love that you there's so much similarity between them, but they're very different too. Like I could see the same designer did these, but they're very different. Like this is very different from this and this.
Yeah.
And this.
That I had so much fun.
Yeah, it's so different.
Fun. Yeah.
And I really dig the pattern. Like again, these shapes. So like I mean, putting the warbird thing is one thing, but the shapes in back of it is so cool.
Again, this era I was in the quest, and also thanks to the team Troy Lee design, all the riders was such able to showcase every week a different gear design.
Yeah.
So that's definitely made a gear looks cool. It's not only the designs I came up or Troy came up or team came up.
So did you come up with this one all yourself?
Oh yeah.
So when you lay out in front of everybody, did everybody just
Troy liked it right away? Right away. But a lot of sales guys said, that's gonna be hard sales,
Yeah.
But when we showcased those in the last race in Vegas, every sales guy said, wow, that's when they're going to be available.
Yeah.
Either way, they bought it or not, who knows?
Yeah.
But at least we create a buzz.
Yes. Yep.
So
Troy Lee was always good at that. Still is. I thought this was an interesting. So did you come up with the star?
Yes.
The Troy Lee star?
So Starburst was accidentally came up. But I knew it's like unique enough that if I put a little more time into it, it became a TLD iconic kind of patterns. So I spent quite a bit of time.
It's honestly. Very Troy Lee. Like when you see it, it's very a Troy Lee attribute, that star, But
also the funny story about how this came up with this Starburst kind of fading was because we at the time in the sublimation print has a restriction.
Mm-hmm.
So we call the computer general natural fading, right? Wasn't able to achieve what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to kind of subsidize some kind of a pattern to become a fade.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the kind of how this.
It's brilliant. Started. It really is, like the way it fades from the black to the green.
Even today's Troy's asking me, "Hey, you want to use the Starburst again?" So,
well, it's so like complicated, but so clean. Like as far as the transition from the black to the neon and how the stars work, it just, and then to call it Starburst, it's so cool. This is pretty cool. The caution.
Yeah, caution was fun too. It was original design was a yellow and black because it was a caution stripe.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's cool.
But because we sponsor the Honda team, so we just maybe it needs to be a little bit. But also, I think I remember I was a little bit tired of using neon yellow, so I kind of had to come up with some better designs.
Yeah.
So
it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you already saw that design. It's a different color version of it. Yeah.
But I think even about the helmet, I look at that helmet and I'm like, you could just make that helmet every 4 years. And
that helmet, I had to give a credit to Troy.
Okay. So, well, dude, it's
gear is my designs, but helmet was 100% Troy. That was I think Troy drew on the actual helmet on the Sharpie.
Really? Oh wow, that's cool.
He just drew real quick.
And
then
I mean, it's like that's just like a staple. It feels like.
It is,
like,
right?
Yeah.
It's so Troy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very.
Yeah. Ooh.
Did this get released? I don't remember it.
Yes, it's a flop.
Oh really?
One of those designs I thought was fun. It's inspired by the Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I see him there.
Very, very white and black and white stripe. And I tried to, I think this is, idea is there, but I executed it a little poorly.
I mean, I think it looks great on this guy, but depending on if the person's bigger, it might take on a different shape,
I think I tried a little too hard with that once, But I had a good time, though.
It looks different.
Like, hey.
You got to take risks.
It was a definitely a risk once. Sorry, sales guys, didn't sell it well.
This is an iconic one. Thinking about like the birth of the U.S. coming here, and like, I just think like, how many different ways can you make Evel Knievel? Well, there's another one I just feel like when I see Stars and Stripes on a motorcycle, everything goes back to Evel Knievel. Everything, right? Because he was the Captain America he always flew the flag, And when I think of the stripes and the stars, and it's just like, it's awesome how you like laid it out,
Yeah. I had so much fun time creating that gears. Not a fan of Stars and Stripes in the generals, but also it's a challenging way too.
It's challenging, yeah.
Is how can I twist it enough to be in the originals? It's just that's such a powerful graphic element to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom. Yeah. So like, this is some sketch stuff on helmets. Is this you doing this?
Yeah. So I'm a very traditional artist. As much as the Troy does, I still do sketch before even putting computer.
Mm-hmm.
And the helmet graphic is no different. I still do sketch on the helmet. I still do sketch on the paper as well too. Some are photorealistic, and I'll just copy paper and I just draw on the top of it. Very, very old school way. And then so I had to feel it first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
sometimes you see something in 3D, you're holding it, you can see.
Yeah, 2D is a flat drawing is so hard for me to make sure what it is. I had to draw, especially helmets are such a roundness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to do it in the traditional way. Yeah, so that's the also Adidas project that we did in the Olympic.
Oh, that's cool.
It was so much fun doing those.
Do you still does Troy still have an affiliation with Adidas?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
You keep up with any of those guys?
Yes, we became friends. So I have so many Adidas friends now. So,
okay.
Once in a while they just call, "Hey, Maki, how you doing?"
So,
and it's we inspire each other. I'm envy what they do, and they envy what I do. We're just like but sometimes we share the ideas.
Yeah.
What I think is cool. And then they say, "Wow, that's cool,"
Yeah.
So it's just a good friend to have. Outside of a motor industries.
Yeah, for sure.
Bouncing around the ideas,
And it's a completely different sport, right? But then. Yeah.
And those guys ride motorcycle too. So.
Yeah. Yep. And then there's more. That was you're talking about
the earlier. Yep. Fun.
What is going on here?
Oh, so that was the one that you saw earlier, the beast.
Okay.
And then a little bit of kind of monster, lions. Kind of, I thought it was a good idea to just using the shoes, Yeah, they said, that's a little too became a kid's,
Okay. Yeah.
Ideas there. Yeah.
So McQueen. Gosh, that is such a cool look, dude. On a lot of this on the bike graphic stuff, was there paint involved on the plastic?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no
that's
not a decal
cyan color plastic. So Troy's like, let's paint it.
Yeah, it is Troy Lee, right?
We painted it. Mechanics hated it.
Oh, I bet. New plastic. It's scratched. New plastic.
After first motos, we had to swap out whole plastic. So mechanics just didn't like it. And then some of them just, blasting the washing machine, the paint come off. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, well, what do you expect, right?
So it was a one race.
Yeah, and it made an impact.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. It was fun.
I think this is cool because this is the livery for that KTM.
So those are a glimpse of what I do for the team. Peak clothing. Awnings, trailers, you name it. Everything's involved with the racing team equipment. I was in charge for all the look. And then work with the KTM, work with the Kiska. It's fun. So much fun. Every seasons, every different things. So it's just keep me fresh too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wow. That's a lot of
photos. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple of last ones here is this might be a little bit of a hard one to answer too, but
Woo.
what would you like to accomplish in the next 5 years?
5 years. I think my career is gonna go another 20 years. Oh,
I'm just talking like short term, right? Just in the next 5 years, like, hey, I'm here right now. In 5 years, I'd like to be doing this.
5 years. I still like to keep doing what I'm doing for sure.
It's like working with Troy on like.
Troy and the friendship.
That'll go forever.
We'll keep going until we can, you know. But it's just the designing for the other clients and my friends. Well, I say clients, but we always became friends, right?
Yeah.
So I still love to help a friend's project for sure, you know. But if you ask me for 5 years, hopefully I have my own product.
Okay.
But it's not necessary is that, oh, yes, I'm going to create a brand and this is going to be the new things and that. It's more like a creative outlet.
Yeah.
There's something and I couldn't.
Something to put your ideas on.
Yeah. And also it's not necessary. It's, I'm going to change the world, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a disruptor for the industries and this is the new things, you know. It's just a little bit of creative outlet that I need. And then it's always wanted to do something, but I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
I think I will know soon. And then
you'll
there is 1,000 Makis in my brain.
Yeah.
Oh no, make this, make that, make that. I think they're voting which products we should make, you know. Or which graphic I should do, you know.
Yeah.
So that would be I say 5 years, both. I'm still keep going what it is, and hopefully I'm kind of creating something from my heart.
Yeah.
But creating myself and judging myself, designing, that will be the challenging for sure, you know.
Yeah.
Because I can't judge it.
Yep.
I'm going to keep tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. And
sure.
Probably I'm never going to introduce it. You know? Yeah. So that'll be.
Come on, man. We don't need the iPhone.
So I tell you what, Big E, let's do this. If I come up with some things, I will show it to you, and I just want to hear your opinions.
Okay.
You know? Just a straight answer. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. That's fair enough.
My last thing is like you talk about like, hey, you're talking a lot about yourself, but I think what would be cool to inspire the next Maki, you know, maybe the next Japanese kid coming from Japan, and put you under your wing and like learning from a guy like you. Like I think there's so much, you have so much to offer as far as being a mentor to some new artist. Yeah. Hey, this is the way you do it. This is the way you do it.
Yeah.
Like follow this direction, right? So
yeah. I love to pass down my knowledge and pass down my experience, you know, what should do and what not to do. And then it's so much of AI is able to create things, you know. There is a very, very important part of a handcrafting
100%
things, you know. So we all still value our kind of core element is why we created it.
Yeah.
So why we manufacturing it, that's coming from heart.
Yep.
And also the skills, and we just do so many things in the hands, you know. And that part of the things I want to pass down to the next generation of designers or artists, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta say that, you know.
Yeah.
Troy.
Troy taught you.
Yeah, artists, you know. So,
yeah.
And I'm still asking myself, what's the artists and designers? It's so much crossover, you know.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that our next generation of the.
I just, and I think there will be. I hope there is a next generation. You know, with all the AI stuff flying around, you think like, well, we don't need. You could just get AI to do something, but it's like, it's such an oxymoron. It's like oil and water. Like, how do you say AI and art in the same sentence? It's like, art is art is a creation of an inspiration of a human being, right? You know, it's an expression, right? It's like. Who's expressing this, right?
Well,
it's a bunch of ones and zeros.
As of today, AI is so changing every day, right?
Yeah.
as of today's AI for the designer is a still tool.
Yeah.
I haven't sold the soul to the devil.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't put prompt in and things and create the design. This one's for me.
Yeah.
I haven't done it. I'm also scared to do it.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it yet. But there is a designer I'm sure will do it.
Oh, I'm sure they're doing it now.
Yeah, I'm
Just
sure.
like they're
I'm
doing
sure,
it with
you know,
music and everything else, right?
But we all have to embrace the AIs. You know, there's a part of me.
It's a tool.
You know, yeah,
Yeah.
it is a tool.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll
Be
just-
careful how it creeps in, right?
I know. So, but none of that AI things is that I have so much the ideas and I could just knowledge is that I could pass down to the next generation of designers. So if you ever have a question in any designer in the world reaching out to these videos, podcasts, you know, and hopefully I'll be your pivotal moment.
Hey, okay.
To change the careers or, you know, the course of way that you think about the moto kind of graphic designs, you know. Hopefully I can contribute that.
Yeah,
to, you know.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Groove Machine Inc. That's your gem, right? Groove Machine Inc.
Yes.
All right. If you need to get a hold of Maki, dude, thanks so much for
thank you for having me.
wasting
you know?
all my
I'm so too
all my
relaxed
time
like
today.
this,
I'm just
you know,
kidding.
like,
Yeah.
oh man, it's so much fun.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you coming, and I really do appreciate you and your talent, and it's just hard to not appreciate your passion for what you do. It's so, you know, I feel like I'm a connoisseur of like people that are really into what they're doing. You know, if it's a real genuine thing, and you're the epitome of that guy. So I do appreciate you coming, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. What else is there? I think that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yes, you got covered.
All right.
All good.